length of every Republic, and everybody are keeping quiet and very silent as everything is normal. It's not normal. El-Ofa is under his watch. He commanding the armies of Janjaweed, armies of hell to kill people. And people are claiming on daily basis. And nobody is talking about it. Go to Kaduna, see the hell that is going on that place. When you bother him, when you cry, when you talk too much, they said we are on top of it. And those lives they have lost, it can never be restored back. What is going on in the Zoological Republic? And the whole world are watching. A lot of evil are going on in the Zoological Republic. On daily basis, people are killed. Men are being slaughtered. Women are being raped and being killed. Women are being raped and being married off. Women are being killed and being made a slavery in dungeon of Janjaweed. Few days ago, they killed the Brigadier General. You will not hear it, but they will send all their monuments to Biafran land, where there is nothing like a war. It is the same federal government military that causing war in Biafra land. In Biafra land, we don't have anything like ISIS or whatsoever. People are law-abiding citizens. But Nigerian government decided to send their Janjaweed military to Biafra land to kill people at will, to cause mayhem in Biafra land. But in real place, they are sponsoring and bringing men to kill people. They never send their Janjaweed soldiers to go and kill these people. How can you tell me that the same? Let me inform Biafrans and lovers of Biafra. Do you know it's only in Nigeria that people that want to kill you, those Fulani terrorists, they will call you on your own cell phone and talk to you, say, tomorrow we will come and kill you. In fact, keep this your daughter for us. We like him. They will be monitoring your activities. If you want to run away before that day, they will capture you in the road, block your motor, your vehicle, and arrest you in that place, and maltreat you. After having whatever they like with your wife or with your daughter, they will kill you, as they have tell you on your phone conversation. And let me remind you, Nigerian government have said that all phones should be registered for them to be able to track down. Who are they tracking down? It's only Ipob. But the real Janjaweed, the real terrorists and banditry, they leave them because these people is their brainchild. These people is their vision. These people is working in accordance of their plan 2022. That is why you never hear them, these bandits, like they are very spirit, like they are ghosts. You cannot see them. You can never hear that they capture how many bandits, they capture how many Fulani terrorists, they capture Boko Haram. You can never hear it. But every day you will be hearing they kill this person, they kill this person, they kill this person, they kill this person, because all of them are working in conformity with the Fulani terrorist government. All of them are working in accordance with what the Fulani government have laid down. Or in fact, they are working according to their instructions. That is why they claim in Kaduna, claim in Zamfara, claim in Bauchi, claim in every part of North, and nothing is going on, because these people is the people that work for them. They paid them. Even for people that care for our foreign friends who cares to listen or cares to know. Remember, there is one bandit, one terrorist man they captured in North. They asked him, he said that El-Ofa is the one that's sponsoring them. In fact, it's government that giving them gun, sending gun from helicopters. Who care to know? We know. So all this nonsense people are saying, pretending as if nothing is going on. Everybody knows is Nigerian government that's sponsoring terrorists in Nigeria to kill the indigenous people. Because Fulani that they occupy the Aso is an immigrant. They are not indigenous people. That is, even Buhari is no more. Buhari is late. A lot of things are going on in the Zoological Republic, and people are just pretending as nothing is going on. The same cabals in Aso is people that want to kill. In fact, they claim the indigenous people. Once they kill them, they go bring their siblings, their kings, They are kindred in other part of Sahel of Africa. Bring them, push them. They will now settling in different those land they are ground. Because their point is to make sure they encourage indigenous people, and they will now take their position. And this thing happening day by day on Nigeria. Nothing is going on. Nothing is happening. And this thing happening. This claim account is persisting, happening on daily basis. And people are doing this thing, are being motivated, encouraged. Give them more money with help of Gumi, Abubakar Gumi, Shakira Abubakar Gumi. People scholar, they call him a religious scholar. These people like him are encouraging people. When these terrorists are, when they run out of money, they are broke, they will now kidnap many people. They will contact the family to pay so a huge amount of money. The money will be paid. They will bring more ammunition and continue their work. So who is fooling who? In fact, I don't even see the reason why zoological republic have been in existence, because there is so much corrupt in this world. In the first place, there is no reason zoological republic will be in existence up till this hour. Zoological republic is supposed to be dissolved within the twinkle of eyes, because is the embodiment of chaos, the embodiment of corruption, the embodiment of evil, the embodiment of, in fact, anything evil you can name them on this life. That is what zoological republic represent. I don't know why they still exist. It's because the world has changed. There is a corruption all over the world. And these evil people are continuously moving here and they are causing more mayhem. Women have been raped long ago and be buried in Saudi Arabia. Nobody is talking about that one again. The same that way they come out and pretend as if everything is all right. When even they're bringing this bogus allegation against our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, said he called a Buhari profile. Why not bring him allegation that Buhari is late? Sometimes I don't know if these people are people, whether anywhere, all of them are gentlemen now. Do they have bread? They don't have bread. It's only kale, and the bribe. I give you this money because they are virus. Once they come in contact with a white man will change bread. White man will turn upside down, because these people are very virus people. Once they come in contact with the huge amount of money they will give you, you will not be able to resist it, because maybe since you're born you never see such amount of money, never come across such huge amount of money in your life. That is why they are virus carrier. Any people they come in contact, they will pollute that person. Any people they come in contact, they will infect that person. Even if you say no, I don't want, the ones they come, after they come with moment with you, they go, your language will change. You begin to speak in tongue. No problem. I call you tomorrow. Because they have bribed. That is why they bribe. Even they don't have money again to bribe, they begin to bring loans. $16 billion. You think that these loans they want to bring it to build one civilization or build some infrastructure or build Janja weed. White man will think he bring this thing to create more job opportunity. You don't know they're creating job opportunity for killers, making life more difficult. You're giving them money, giving the loans to make people miserable, make Nigerians to be so hard for people. Money you give them, they will use it to buy more ammunition. Make sure those people that are coming from Sahel, people that is in Libya, that they claim that maybe they don't have their work is to kill. Maybe they don't have any job again. They call them to come into Nigeria. They cooperated them to name them bandits, but in real sense, this is a Fulani terrorists. They are massacring people on daily basis, killing men and women. And when they get loans, they're thinking they want to build one infrastructure, create job opportunity with such a huge amount of money. Things will change. They will touch many lives, even millions or thousands of Nigerians. Touching life, they will touch that life to enter grave, early grave. That is how they're touching the life of men and women. Pray that Nigerian government did not touch you, because once they touch your life, you will end up in 6 feet. Other advanced country, when government touch your life will change for good. But when zoological public government touch your life, you will go down 6 feet. That is how ask people, if you not believe what I'm saying, ask people Zombe, ask people in Oro, ask people that they set their hands on breast, ask them people how Nigerian government touch their life. They will explain better. Because here we not gossip. Here we tell you naked truth. Here we speak the only truth, nothing but the truth. Ask them how Nigerian government touching the life of people in the East. When they touch your son will disappear. When they touch your daughter will disappear. If you're a journalist, when you do not comply with what they said, you will disappear. That is how Nigerian people, government-led evil government, touching the life of Nigerians. Once they touch your life, you will disappear. Pray that the hand of the zoological public will not touch into your life. Because when they touch, your life will not change for good, it will change for evil. If they will stay keeping you alive. Many people are praying, God touch me, God touch me. Hey, white man will think, oh, when we now take loans and we now budget this thing, do this thing. The first of all is to create job opportunity for us to be able to pay that money even before the time. But in zoological public, the half of money will go to the pocket of those people that are planning those cabals. $18 million will be at raw. What I mean raw, not even say the budget of this. We in that huge amount of money comes, 8 will be still immediately. The remaining 8 will be shared for useless contract. And that contract, they will do only 10%, if at all. That is why during the time of Jonathan, he said that Nigerian politicians don't do corruption. What they do is steal. It's only wise men who will understand when Jonathan that is not good at talking. When he speaks that Nigerian politicians they don't do corruption, they're not corrupt, but they the thief. When thief come into your house, you keep $1 million. He will take down the whole $1 million and go away. That's the thief. Corruption is when you now do some ask you to go do like a load 1 kilometer. The money is $1 million. You now add 1.3. Later you take $300,000, put in your pocket. That is a corruption. But in Nigeria, white man, that is a very fine. If they can be able to do that one in Nigeria, it's still good. But in Nigeria, when they say this 1 kilometer load, it will cost $1 million. They will say that it will cost $3 million. The whole $3 million, they will pocket it in their pocket and go. That is a thief. It's not a corrupt. For you to understand the mindset of Nigeria, that is how Nigeria work. So tell me, how can somebody will now say that we want to do a load that will now 1 kilometer, and the normal price to the cost of that building that road will construct that road will be only $1 million. But they will now allocate themselves where they will now say that the cost will be $3 million. The whole $3 million, they will pocket it, and the one white man and people, they will now pose with some heavy machine, and they will now scrap that load, show you after that flag off of that particular project. That is end. That is how Nigeria works. Tell me, how can these people, morons, can return that 16 billion? How can they pay back this money? There is nothing good in zoological property. That is why when you're talking for human being, you know that they have brain to listen. But in Nigeria, that is why our leader rightfully called them zoological republic. You're not expecting something good from it. You're not expecting for them for change. You're not expecting for them to touch. When they touch your life, you will melt. When they touch your life, you will disappear. So pray, as I continue telling, warning youth, especially in Biafra land, pray that these people will not touch you, because once they touch your life, you will disappear. Nothing good comes to them. And that is why we are here. We now support total dissolve of the zoological republic. Nothing good is coming from there. That is why things are happening. That is why they are on rampage, killing people, setting their houses ablaze. Let me remind you, these people that claim is indigenous people. So tell me, how can zoological republic move forward? When you will within your eyes, in your colloquial eyes, before your eyes, in a broad daylight, you see military, they use guns, shoot people, kill men and women, set their house on fire, nothing will happen. Let me remind you, what happened in Enugu, what Nigerian what they call it, a military whatsoever, what they call it, a military relative officer, that is the one that their spokesman, what did he say? He's not concerned about the house they set on fire. He's not concerned about young men they end their life. What is concerned? He remind his military soldiers that when they are going on duty, they must not take phone for them to stop videoing what they are doing. Imagine, he's not even care about the effort these people committed. He not even care about people, their life that he lost. He not even care that houses they set on ablaze. He not care about it. What is care for them for not continue, because this gender we they don't have brains. So for them to continue, for them to stop exposing themselves. That's why what he is care for. He don't care even if they go and wipe an entire village out. It's not their business. They don't care. What they care is when they're doing this act, when they're committing this evil, nobody should expose it. Because if in a normal country, by now you will be here that these men and women that their face is shown in the video, they will be court-martialed. Then, is it surprising you? Because they are the people that send them to go and do that and finish them. That is why even their commander will say, go there, finish them up, kill them, finish them. Over and over you will hear this voice, and they will now holding our leader said he is speaking hate speech. What kind of hate speech? Where that is every clear that Buhari is no more. Buhari is dead. Why not charge our leader that he said the Buhari is late since 2017? Why you just not want to talk about that one? Why? I think before you said you want to bring this nonsense allegation to our leader, you first of all bring a leader. Our leader said that Buhari is no more. Let us go and do a call for international people. Let them do investigation. No, Buhari is still alive or not. After now, call to these people just calling fanfare, just story, because they occupy the sensitive positions. They occupy the whole post. They occupy things and they are doing the way, and our people are helping them. That is what drive me crazy. It's our people that giving them this mandate, allowing them. They are on rampage, killing men and women, because they know that they have a limited time. That is why they are on rampage, killing men and women. Any place they occupy. Do you know the reason they're not yet occupying the Biafran land is because of Eastern Security Network? That is why they are trying all their best to occupy. Because what they're doing in Kaduna, when they kill, go. In fact, if you not believe what we are saying, go and do investigation. Investigate in Kaduna for you to see for yourself what is going on there. That is why when they kill, after killing people, they make sure they set that house ablaze. So when you return back, you will not see where you can lay your hand. What they will do, because these people are people that directed in living in bush, they will now mold this, what they call it, a mold house. That one they use sand, ordinary sand with water mold. They will mold it and use some leaf, do their roof. They stay in that place because that is their life. They don't care. So as you, as normal person that live in a normal house, your house has been set ablaze. Your all everything, your clothes, your food, everything has set ablaze. How can you start life again? They will now open one camp for you and children to stay that place. And when you try to go back, they will form them. These people are coming back. They will ambush you and kill you again. You will see them. That is how the grabbing land. Why they was unable to do the same thing, replicate the same thing in Biafra land is because of our gallant men and women that stand them in our bushes. May God bless our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He shall live. If not the help of Eastern Security, when they kill, they will occupy that forest. But our men are in that forest, paying them back. Because if not without this help of our Eastern Security Network, I don't know what will be our fate by now. And this center we are very corrupt in nation. That is why I tell you, because whatever I said, any place we can be able to prove it, we can be able to give you details. Why I say, I have already explained, these people are virus. That is why they can bribe their way out to any place they are. They bribe. Because money you did not work for. Money that did not come from your land. When you spend it, you spend it any way you like because you did not suffer to acquire that money. That is why they are number one in bribe in the whole world. They can bribe anything. That is why once you come in contact with them, the virus they carry will infect you immediately. That is why white man, once you meet Janjaweed, after that, you come for justice and equity. Once they are touching your life will become meaningless again. You go back, when they ask you what information, you started, we have evidence. You will ask why so-called embassy in Zoological Republic, are they not to have intelligence unit? Are they not to have undercovers? Are you telling me that all this intelligence unit in the Zoological Republic, they're not knowing what is going on in the Zoological Republic? Are you telling me they're not giving the accurate report to their government? Are they closing their eyes in what is going on? For everybody, even common man, layman knows that is Nigerian government are sponsoring terrorism against indigenous people. Why they're not giving accurate information to their countries? Because the Janjaweed have infected these people with their virus. When they open mouth, they cannot speak. Why? Because they have been infected. Because if Janjaweed not infected these people with their virus, these people will stand up because they are world leaders. They will stand up and say, no, this thing is over. This is not good. This is not right. But today they're not speaking. Why? Because Janjaweed have infected them with their virus. That is why people are no longer speaking the truth. Because if you are Biafran, Janjaweed touch you or do the what? When Janjaweed touch your life, will disappear. If you are a white man, when they touch you, you will never know truth again. That is what they does. For Biafra, when they touch you, you will disappear. They will kill you. Oduduwa is under probability. They will also kill you. Unless if you are their pet, and if you are puppet, you're not working in accordance. You're now kind of what should I say? You don't have anything to offer again. They will waste you. They will kill you because it's the same thing with other people. When you still giving them information, you are now useful. They will keep you. But remember, you still, when they touch you, will also disappear. When you don't have anything to offer them again, they call you to bring the information. You're not able to give them information again. They will kill you because they know you're still Nyamere, you're still Biafra. So it doesn't make any difference whether you support what we are doing, whether you don't support it. What they see you as a traitor. You still remain traitor. Like people like Joey Bokwe, you still remain traitor in the eyes of Janjaweed. Whether you believe me today or you don't believe me today, you're still a traitor. There's nothing you do to fool. I mean, they will run for you in this life. They see you as a traitor. You still remain. If you don't know, ask Ojo Sakalo. When you stop giving them what they need, they will do you everything because they see you as a potential threat. Even not as a culture. Ask him. That is why our people are very useless. They will go to place and build in order to praise them. You cannot praise the Janjaweed. You cannot praise them. Nothing you do in this life, they will love you. Do anything you can, they will still hate you. So what I'm saying this afternoon from this part of the world, for us to know the reason why Janjaweed is on rampage, killing people, setting their houses on place. The reason is very simple. When they kill, they set their house on place. They occupy. They kill, they set their house on place. They occupy. But they was unable to replicate the same thing in Biafra and because of the help of Eastern Security Network. And all of us are Biafra, we need to wake up. Go to Kaduna, not even Southern Kaduna. Go to North. See what they are doing with indigenous people. See what they are doing in houses. When they kill them, they set their house on a place. They will bring their siblings, their kin, Fulani from Sahel. They will come back with their 7 wives, 8 wives, 9 wives, occupy, build their mother house, occupy that place immediately. Those indigenous people will not go back. Even when they try to mobilize themselves, go back. The government will warn them not to go back. If they refuse to go back, government, because his government is the Janjaweed, government is the terrorist, he will call those men, these people are going back, they will come back and kill that people again. For you to know how zoological public are learning. Zoo are finished. It's me and you that will allow this content that is living in supporting machine that they still breathe. If we act well, this country will be finished at any moment because it's living in borrowed time. By now, zoo not supposed to be exist. I don't know why zoo still exists. In fact, it's because of people that is very intelligent people, so-called intellectuals. That is why zoo still exist. And they will, what is very ironic is in this thing is that these men will travel to Dubai. They will travel. They will have 247 electricity. They will see security everywhere. Things will be very nice. And guess what? Their children is not even living in zoological republic. They're living outside the world. They're living in the Western world, having funds, eating money. When they will come with thousands of troops, convoy, securing them. Even call those Fulani bandits, don't attack this side because my son is at home. Our people is at home. Don't attack. They say, okay, no problem, boss. Because all of them are working hand in hand. It's for us to see it and call it a quit. If we say no and all of us are stand up, Nigeria zoo is just finished. What is going on in zoo? It's we that is giving this zoo supporting machine to live. That is why Fulani are sucking, milking our natural resources, using it to be a virus to foreigners. You people in Biafra don't know how this Nigerian government terrorizes different countries with their virus. They are carriers. So if you don't know it today, understand one thing that Fulani with their virus. When they meet foreign people, they will infect them with their COVID, with Ebola. I'm not talking about fiscal for Ebola. It's their corrupt mindset. When they bring that money, even foreigners, you cannot be able to resist that money. You will dance to their tune. That's what I mean when I talk about their virus. I'm not talking about their current fiscal virus. No. Because the type of children we have in nowadays is when you speak in parable, you do not explain it, they will not understand what you're talking about. That is why I'm trying to explain more for us to understand when I talk Fulanis, Janjaweed, Fulani Kabas, Fulani terrorists, their virus. And their virus is not just only COVID. Their virus is combination of Ebola, HIV, COVID-19, Delta, whatever, Delta variant. Join together. That is what they are carrying. When they meet you as their foreigners, they will use you to infect you. And once they infect your life, you begin to speak in tongue. I'm not talking about the Christian speaking in tongue. You're talking in a strange language. When you say yes to people, when people meet you again, you say no. You say them tomorrow. Because these people have infected you. They have bribed you. That's what I mean. That they are infected. They are carrying. That is why people are afraid of them. It's like they have their technology superior. No! It's the virus they carry in their bodies make government of the world afraid of them. They can corrupt any people in any place, any part of the world. They're not strong. They're not in anything. Not about intellectual. Not about technology. Not about anything. But it's because of the money they get in Biafra that they can corrupt any government in the world. That is why they are carrier. I call them carrier today. That is a takeaway. When you someone asks you, what do you gain? What do you learn today in this broadcast? Tell them that Janjaweed is a carrier. In fact, carrier is not just ordinary carrier. It's a combination of Ebola. It's a combination of virus. It's a combination of Ebola. It's a combination of COVID-19. That is what makes a terrorist Janjaweed. Because any place they call, they will corrupt that country. Any country come in contact with them, they corrupt that mindset of that country. Very wicked and heartless people. And we're here to speak it the way we are, the way it is. We don't need to mere word. We need to speak it the raw truth. That is why Janjaweed are going on rampage, killing people, killing indigenous people. In Biafra land, if they finish kill, they will not be able to occupy because Eastern security is there. But what they do is they will go and set the houses on place. Even, do you know the other time even prior to this election in Anambra, they even went to villages, still banana, military men. I thought we have a rule of engagement. Only in Zoological Republic you will bring Boko Haram. 1 month, you sold a military uniform, give him, ask him. Once you see he's a Biafra man, a dress well, kill. If many people there, don't kill, abduct. When you go to where there is no people, you kill that person. It's only in Nigeria you will see such a thing. There is no rule of engagement. Anywhere they see them, there is a last time they even steal people that cook stew. What they call it? A woman that cook food stew and rice. They invaded their house, take that rice, a pot of rice, and they eat all, and they even enjoy themselves. No shame, no rule of engagement. It's only very useless and shut out people. I hate these people, honestly speaking. Very wicked people. No rule of engagement. Anything available, they enter house, they see money, they take. Anything they see, they take. They rob. They don't care because they tell them that Biafra land is a conquered place. Do as you want. No rule of engagement. But mind you, in the north, they will send their Biafran soldier, Biafran people from east that will stay working in Nigeria army. They will send them in north. When this person is mistakenly shoot somebody, wounded somebody in the leg, they will court-martial that person. They will kill that person, sending that person to death by hanging. But these people are displaying their machine gun, killing people at will. Nothing like a court-martial. Absolutely nothing happens because they are untouchable. It's only for us to work well. If people can stay nursing the mindset that tomorrow zoo will be okay, tomorrow things will be okay, tomorrow this will happen, you are living in denial life. You're not in reality. You're not living in this planet. You are living in a denial. These people never have mindset to change. They never have mindset to come back. They never have mindset to turn around. What their plan and everything there, even from day one, go and conquer, go and kill, occupy. This is what they know. And that is what they have been doing effectively and not. They have killing people and occupying their land. And they're doing it speedily, more than we can expect. Many people don't even understand what is going on in the north. Because they have silent men and women that are supposed to speak for north. They have silent them. When you speak truth, they will assassinate that person. When you speak truth, they will buy high secret service. They will go and kill that person. That is what they have been doing. They will poison. They will do all manner of things because you speak the truth. They will kill. They will wage war in any way, in any kind, in any form, in any shape. But we here to speak the truth. Because the only thing that can save all truth in this life is truth, nothing but the truth. And that truth must be spoken. Nobody can stop us. Janjaweed are so corrupt. But I will stop here because I will need to call my colleagues for him to do justice to this. Why Fulani-led government in Nigeria are on rampage, killing and setting houses ablaze. I hand the microphone back to you, Mazi Opamwa, please. I hope my speech has been so long, but please do justice to this topic. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mazi Oscar Okeke. Mazi Oscar Okeke, you have really done justice to this topic. You have really said it all. In fact, I am beginning to wonder which area I am going to touch because you have already covered almost every aspect about these Janjaweeds, about the Fulani-led government of Nigeria that are busy occupying the lands of the indigenous people, trying to take over. But I will go ahead to touch maybe a few places. I will come in different direction. You have made known about this particular virus. These people, the way they behave, the way they act, the way they go ahead, even to bribe people with the money that comes from resources in Biafra land. And the question is, what is our people doing in regards to this? Everybody is folding hands and watching. Are we standing aside and just look? Oh, today is Sunday. Maybe some will say, oh, we go to church and we will pray. Let us pray. And we continue praying and praying. This issue is not just an issue that one will go to his secret place or go to a religious gathering or go to a religious house and pray and shout and go back and start doing nothing. We all have a role to play. We all have one way or the other that we must do what we ought to do to stop these invaders, to stop these marauders from taking over our land. Because if we fail to do anything, we will have no place to call our home. If we fail to do what we ought to do, we will have no place to call our own land. That was how it started. Today in Ilorin, it is no longer a Yoruba land. In Ilorin, you don't have Oba there. They have taken over there, and all you hear today is Emir of Ilorin. Not only in Ilorin, and they continue to come towards south, and they continue to do the same thing. They kill, they conquer, and they take over the land. These are the three steps of the Fulani Janjaweeds. And that is why our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Onyendu Ohamadike, he came out and he began to shout about this like a lone voice shouting in the wilderness, telling our people what is about to come, telling our people the plans of the Janjaweed, telling the people the plans of the Fulani, what they are going to do. But some just look at him and say, forget about him. He continued coming on the radio and shouting and doing this. And he did not give up. They called him all sorts of names. He did not give up. In 2015, they tried to shut him down by putting him in Kuje prison. He spent a year and almost 2 years. They tried to take over, they tried to take his life. And luckily, as Chukwukikadiama may have it, because he is a man on a mission, and because his mission is not yet complete, no man has any right to take his life away. And God preserved him. And when he reappeared in Israel, he continued with the same message, telling people about this virus, as you rightly mentioned, Mazi Oskokeke. He continued to tell people, beware of this, beware about what is to come. When you see them campaigning about election, when you see them campaigning about this and that, you will think they are coming to change life. No, they are coming to kill. They are coming to empower their own people, to give them guns, to give them what they will use in killing you and taking over your land. And how do these people do this? They will come to a community, you will see the army. In their security meeting, they will have a meeting. Okay, now we don't want any civilian to hold any kind of weapon or any kind of ammunition. And they will make it as a law. And they will start going house by house, house by house, taking any form of ammunition, be it a shotgun, be it pistol, be it double barrel, Okamed, whatever you may call it. They will collect it from people. And by the end of the day, the poor masses will not have anything to protect themselves from. Don't you see that they are working hand in hand? From the top, they will make an order that will favor their foot soldiers. Go and take their ammunition from them. And after that, they will equip their foot soldiers, the Fulani Janjaweeds, and they will come. When they come to your house, you don't have any weapon again to protect yourself. You don't have any gun to protect yourself. That is why I am advising our people, especially those in Biafra land. You must have something to protect yourself with. Do not listen to any government announcement about surrendering your weapon, about giving up whatever you have that you should protect yourself with. By the way, let me assure you that self-defense is your right. Self-defense, it is your right. You will not fold your hands and let anybody come and take your life away. You have the right to protect yourself. exactly what the Benue State Governor Autumn, he said that they will start empowering people. I mean, they will start giving people weapons. He told people that Benue State people will protect themselves. He in fact he encouraged everybody, if you don't have AK-49, go get AK-47. If you don't have AK-47, go and get double barrel. If you don't have double barrel, even go and get Tokamed. Go and get pistol. Okay, now you don't have this. Go and get knife, sharpen it. If you don't have any kind of knife, go and get ass, ebubu, and keep it. You must have something to protect yourself. Do not die like a fool. Do not die like a coward. Because the plans of these people are just simple. Go out there, take whatever thing they will use to protect themselves. After you might have collected it, then you go there on rampage, kill them at will, and nobody will stand up to defend them. They also have their other tactics they are implying. You see them, they will come in a village and they will try to arrest all the young men, all the able-bodied young men in the community. They will just label them ESN, label them IPOB, give them any kind of name. They give them any kind of name and say they are the unknown gunmen. They are the people causing trouble in the community. They are doing this and they are doing that. And the worst part of it is that even our governors have now turned to their own slaves, have turned to the slaves of the Fulani Janjaweed. Because before they will go into that seat, they must go there and swear an oath of allegiance. I will obey whatever thing you will say. I will do whatever thing you will say. I will say, in fact, I will implement it the way you want it. All I want is to be governor. And what shall it profit you, Devil Omahe? After being governor, your people are being killed. Your people are being slaughtered. And your place becomes so desolate. What shall it profit you, Obiano, that your people your place is being invaded and they continue to kill people in Ihiala? What shall it profit you, even the Supreme Court administrator, Sheikh Ozodenjo, Ozodema, whatever, hope or hopeless? What shall it profit you that you will spend those little years there, and by the end of the day you will have a very bad name, that even in the future nobody will ever name any of their child Hope Ozodema? That name Ozodema shall be erased from our history because of people like you, because of the character that you portray. And like I was saying in the beginning, these people, they will make order from the beginning, and from there, from the head, and they will send their foot soldier for you to know that they are working hand in hand to make sure that they will kill our people, to make sure that they will conquer the indigenous people, to make sure that they will take over their land. Whenever they have their security meeting, ask yourself, who are those in their security meeting? Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, Fulani. Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Magashi, retired, Fulani. And you continue, you know all of them. Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari Onye, Fulani. National Security Advisor, what's his name? Major General Babagana, Monguno. From where? Fulani. And even if you go to the only chief of defense staff, okay, Lucky Rabo, converted, also a Muslim, by the way, so it doesn't make any difference. And chief of army staff, General Farouk Yahaya, Ebe, Fulani. And all these people, they gather. Whenever they are there, they planned. Okay, we are there. Let us do what we're supposed to do. You ask the chief of naval staff, Vice Admiral Zubairu Gambo, Fulani. Chief of air staff, let's skip that one. I have forgotten the name of that man. The Director General of even National Intelligence Agency. What's this man's name? Ahmed Rufai. From where? Ahmed Rufai Abubakar. Who? Fulani. All these people are Fulani. When they call their security meeting, each time that you hear that the imposter in the Aso Rock is presiding over a security meeting, just know that there is a gang up going on against you, Biafrans. Whenever they call a meeting, bear it in mind that they have gathered to talk, to discuss, to plan, and to lay out ways to implement on ways to take over our land. And the question comes back again. Shall we fold our hands and continue to look at these people to take over our land? They are on rampage. They continue to do whatever thing they do. They take all the key positions in the government. And not only in the government. Let me break it down a little bit. Okay, now we've talked the aspect of the government. Let's talk about the terrorists. Causing havoc in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. You talk about them. Let's start from Boko Haram. Boko Haram, is it from where? Where? Tell me. Fulani. They are there. All these Almajiris. They continue to do all they had, having a field day. And even the military, the soldiers, they don't do anything. By the end of the day, what would they do? They will arrest some. And Malami, Abubakar Malami, the Attorney General of the Federation, and also the Minister of Justice, he will give one order or the other, and they will say, oh, they have repented. We are going to rehabilitate them. We are going to rehabilitate them so that they will not continue to terrorize our land and all this. And this rehabilitation program, we are mapping out $150 billion. Where is the money coming from? Biafra land. And they will use it to bring this Boko Haram into the military, into the Nigerian army. Because they want all area. These people are on mission. And they are doing all they have to do so that their mission will be accomplished. I don't know if you're hearing me. No, let me repeat it again. I said these people are on mission. And they are doing everything possible to accomplish their mission. That's one of the reasons why they did all they can. Even from here, going to another country, inter-country terrorism, or should I rather say gangsterism, to go and abduct our leader and rendition him to Abuja and all that. They did all these things because they know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the man that have seen tomorrow, the man that has their blueprint at the palm of his hand, the man that has continued to shout and raise his voice even when people are blind, the man that has continued to wake up our people from their dream and their slumber, the man that has given us a hope for tomorrow, the man that has opened our eyes. I know nobody can then but Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has opened our eyes, and now we can see their plans. We can see what these Janjaweed, they don't mean anything good for us. We can now see their plans even as they keep coming. That was the reason why they tried to take away Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He has done nothing. He has committed no crime known under the law in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. They cannot even establish one against them. That's one of the reasons why they continue to do one or two things to keep him there under detention, to see if they will cause confusion, or to see that if they will destroy the structure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has built. But they did not know that there are a lot that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have taught us. And we will continue to raise our voice as students of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on the Radio Biafra. What we have learned from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we will continue to replicate them, to tell our people to be at alert, to wake up, to open their eyes. Do not let these people overrun you. Do not let these people overrun us. If you keep quiet, according to history, it will now, let's say, fast forward 200 years coming. They will say, oh, before, this land was inhabited by the so-called Igbos, or the other side by some indigenous Biafrans, Efik Biafrans, or Anam from here, or Igbo-speaking Biafra, before the Fulanis invaded the land and conquered them, and conquer them and now take over the land. Just like even some Western countries, well-known countries, go read about Australia, you will know about the Aborigines of Australia. And you ask yourself now, where are they now? They live in urgent poverty in a certain place, and those that conquered them have taken over the land, and they are now enjoying all about the land. When they want to talk, they will just map out money and say, oh, this money is for the Aborigines. If we did not take time, it will be our story in years to come. They will now map out some little money, little percent from the resources being gotten from our land and say, oh, this is for the Aborigines of the land, those that were here before we came and conquered them. Okay, we will send their kids to school. Let's give them a little of this. And we will turn out to be beggars and slaves in our own land, kneeling down in our own land to eat from the crumbs and the particles of food that fell down from the table, whereas we should be the one having the position in that particular table. So Biafrans, we should wake up wherever you are. If you are still sleeping, it is time to wake up. If you are still there gossiping, oh, he said, say, and that, it is time to wake up. One problem about our people is the short memory that we have. We have short memory, we forget things so easily, so it is our duty to continue to remind you to make this new in your heart, that you will know that the Fulanis are coming, and they are coming to overrun you. They are coming to take over your land. Do not stay there and fold your hands. Do what you're supposed to do. You have people at home that you need to support them. In fact, every family in Biafra land should have something to protect themselves. If you don't have one in your family, my brother, and you said you're living in diaspora, I mean, I don't think you know exactly what you're doing. Find something. Get it. Every family should have one. The war is coming. It is coming. Before they kill you, you kill them before they kill you. You have the right to defend yourself. They are coming. They are foot soldiers, like I mentioned. They use Boko Haram. If you don't know the war, they are coming from the north. Caliphates, that's how they work. The jihadists. They will conquer one territory, make sure here it's settled, we've taken over, they move to the next step, and they move to the next step, and they keep going, they won't stop. Now from Boko Haram, we are hearing about ISWAP. Who are the ISWAP? And what is the full meaning of ISWAP? Islamic State of West African Province. They are fighting in the Chad Basin, they are fighting in Niger, they are there in Zoological Republic of Nigeria, and they keep coming. They are now fighting together. They have one mission. In their mind, they have one mission. Conquer and take over the territory of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, including the Biafran territory. And that is why we are trying to disengage ourselves from the zoo, to disengage ourselves from them, to let the world know that we are different from these people. They have continued to kill us, and they do this, and we continue to raise our voice, to let people know, educating people, telling people where we are about our own story. If you are waiting for them to tell your story, my brother, you will wait till eternity. You will be, you are the journalist there. You tell the next person about your story. If you're living in diaspora and you have a friend, Western friend, you tell them about it. Where are you from? Oh, I'm from Biafra. I haven't heard this. Where is Biafra? Oh, Biafra is a region in West Africa. Do you know about the Biafran War in 1967 to 1970? So, when did that happen? You educate people. Tell people about your story. And when you pass that information, you don't know information is key. You don't know where that next person will be taking the information to. And you don't know where the person he takes the information to will be taking that information to. So it is our duty to continue to propagate the gospel of Biafra everywhere we are. As Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will say, if you go anywhere and they ask you, each time you say, I'm from Nigeria, my brother, my sister, you're making yourself look stupid, lesser than an animal, because the zoo even has no meaning. I mean, Nigeria, it has no meaning. In the other way, it is nigger area. And you know what that word means. Okuaborono, you know what that word means. In an advanced country, you don't even use the word nigger, and you will go to jail about it. You don't even say it. You are a white man, you can't even say that kind of word to a black person. And a black man is proud to say it. Where are you from? I am from nigger area. And you don't even have a shame on yourself to say that. You would tell me, is that not the passport that I'm using? You are using that passport for convenience sake. It doesn't make you that is where you're from. You tell the people about your origin. You tell the people about you, who you are, who you really are. You need to be saying it at all times. Even some people having the passport of the country where they live, some people having US passport, Canadian passport, or other countries, even they will also ask you, maybe you'll be traveling, where are you from? You are having that passport, and they will ask you, where are you from? Or where are you originally from? Apart from the passport, where are you from? You need to tell them where you're from, because they know that you're using this passport does not mean that is your root. And I am saying that we must continue to tell people about our history. Back to where I was before I tried to explain this more about the ISWAP, Islamic State of West African Province. They are coming and they have continued to kill and take over the land. Just yesterday, they did, they bombed, they brought down to five jets. Actually, it was 5 jets. And 2 was the newly acquired A-29 Super Tucano jets from the US. Remember, IPOB was telling the US government, do not sell this to the zoo. They will hand it over to the terrorists. Do not sell this to them. They will use it to bomb our land. Do not sell this. They will use it to show okay. And now US tell them, now we deliver this, but don't use this in Biafra land. But technically, they have transferred the information. They have transferred the technical aspect of whatever that contains in the jet into the hands of the terrorists, the ISWAP. By the way, the ISWAP, they came with trucks, gun trucks. They came with armored vehicles. Where do they get these armored vehicles from? That is the question. Where do they get the gun trucks from? How do they deliver it to them? Are they invisible? Why are they not bombing them? Why are they bombing Osuhitokwa? Why are they bombing the Ihiala province? Why is Ungu area being bombed? Why is it that our people are being attacked? Do we even reason and think about this? And what have they been doing over there? But Almighty Chukwukika has been fighting for us and will continue to fight for Biafra. Just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. As they will move their ammunition, as they will move their janjaweeds, their armies into our land to fight us, so shall their own land be overrun by the terrorists and being taken over by the terrorists. So it is our duty to fight this war. They continue their kidnapping. And they will name them bandits. They are bandits. But they were so quick to go and say, we declare indigenous people of Biafra proscribe, blah, 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 God knows, whatever. But thank God that no court of law, even in the Zoological Republic, has established IPOB as a terrorist organization. Even the court that said that IPOB is not a terrorist organization. And there hasn't been any counter ruling since that. And that still remains. IPOB is one of the peaceful movements worldwide where we gather wherever we are and think about our homeland, how we will support our homeland, and how we make sure that our land shall not be overrun. But the bandits, they continue their kidnapping. They will go to school, they will kidnap principal, kidnap students. I mean, underage students. They will kidnap them. Some of them who ended up being raped, being traumatized by being kidnapped. And some of them will just be there, undergo all sorts of things. We heard about the coppers saying they drink mud water just to survive because they don't have any clean water in the bush where they were taken to. They do all this kind of thing. But Nigerian government hasn't done anything. The Zoological Republic government has not done anything. They haven't done anything to proscribe them. They say, oh, they are bandits. They are mere bandits. They are not fighting against the government. They just kidnap. They just kidnap for ransom. So you give them money and they will release. And even the custom, one of the agencies of the Zoological Republic, will come out and say, oh, we gave 7 bags of rice to the bandits. Because we not only serve the Zoological Republic, we also serve the bandits. And they continue to do all these things. And some of us, some Biafrans, will still be there having their mouth to talk ill about the battle that we have been fighting, about the battle that IPOB has been fighting, about the bullets we have been taking on behalf of the entire Biafra land. You see our men, some of them ending up in jail, ending up in DSS dungeon. Just a few days ago, they went to raid a house of an IPOB family member. They went there to raid the house because they couldn't get this young man. I'm not going to mention his name. They ended up taking other 4 people, including a 12-year-old boy. 12-year-old boy, a minor, which is against every international law. You cannot hold a minor. Even at 17, they don't have any right. That's why when a minor do something, they say, oh, he did not do this with his consent. That is why parents need to sign for them when they are less than 18 or so. But the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, because they don't care about the law, they don't even know what the law means or whatever. They took a 12-year-old boy and held him because they said, oh, your brother is a member of IPOB. He has been writing for IPOB. He has been reporting for IPOB as a journalist. Then what happens to the freedom of speech? He is telling the world what is going on in the land, and you took him. They also took a sister. What was her crime? She celebrated her birthday in October. And she adorned herself with Biafran color dress, having the red, which stands for the blood of our people, the green, the fertility of our land, the black, which is the most black race and the rising like a sun. And they took this young lady. Only God knows what she is going through. And they continue to deny about having access, about getting her or adopting her, until the legal team moved in there before they agreed. Okay, we have seen her in one of our custodies. That was in Enugu. And what has Governor Ugwuanyi did about that? Nothing. That will show you how powerless your governors are. You call yourself the chief security officer of a state, and you will be there. Such a thing will be happening. And when IPOB rise up to do something, when they decided to lock the whole city up, to lock entire Biafra land down, and you will say, why are you guys doing this? Why are you guys doing? Because you have failed to do what you have to do. Yes, nature abhors vacuum. When you fail to act in your position, nature abhors it, and another person will take over that. Because the governors have failed the people. They have failed to do their responsibility. They have failed to protect their people as the chief security officer of the state. That is why the indigenous people of Biafra, the owners of the land, are now have taken the horn, has taken the bull by the horn to do what we have to do, because if we are to wait for those so-called governors, those who call themselves, we are the elite. We are the intellectuals and all that, if we continue to wait for them, evil will befall us. Our land will be overrun. That is why every Dick and Tom in Biafra land must support the activities of the indigenous people of Biafra, making sure that our land is well protected, making sure that no one else will run or take over our land. Because these people, as I said earlier on, they are on a mission to conquer people and take over their land. And they have continued to do so. They have continued to do the same thing. And in the army, they do the same thing. I mentioned that earlier on. And they said they are repentant to this and that. And this repentant Boko Haram that are there in the army are part of those doing this crime. We saw what happened the other day. We saw what happened when they just came and they start shooting. They start shooting discriminately. Say, shoot anything, everything that moves, shoot everything. Everything that moves, for real. That means kill anything. It doesn't mean if it is fowl or goat. It doesn't mean if it is a child. It does not matter to them. If it is a mother, a pregnant woman, it does not matter. They don't have any line or gap and say this is the area we will do it. Just go after this. Kill everything, anything that moves. And some people are there doing nothing. In October, just last month, October 8th to be precisely, it was on a Friday. It happened at Izombe community in Ugutaland. What started it? They killed one young man. What is the name of this young man? They killed one Mr. Chukunonso in Heru over bunkering of oil, which they do in partnership with the soldiers over there. It is their joint business. And that day, as Chukwu Okikabiama may have it, their business went sour. And one thing leading to another, the army killed this young man, Chukunonso Heru. And the gang of Chukunonso came up and maybe revenge and kill a soldier or so. They came on rampage. On Saturday, they came on rampage. Friday, Saturday. They came there, killing people indiscriminately, shooting sporadically, shooting at anything that moves, and they burned at least 70 houses. It is on record. If you doubt me, go to Izombe community and ask for it. Go there and do investigation about what I am saying to know if I am lying. In fact, the Eze of the community, Eze Payo Somoforo, his own house was also burnt down. His house was burnt. It was among more than the 70 houses that was burned down at Umuku village. They did that. And the soldiers, they continue to do this and kill people, and our people just fold hands. You see some people, they don't do anything. They will just tell you, IPOB, stop now, stop this, don't do this. IPOB, don't, let peace reign, let peace reign. Let peace reign, and they are killing you. You are not even doing anything. You ask some people, even those living in abroad, to contribute to ESN, to make sure that the protection of our land will be 100% secure, that our land will be 100% secure. And they will be questioning you, this and that, and the other one and the other one. It does not end there. At Isingu, the one that happened, I think 1st November or 31st October, I'm not sure the exact date, one of these days. You see two soldiers. It was there. The videos are there. The evidence are there for the world to see. You see them shooting discriminately to people's house. They don't care. And they burned the house. And that brought it to the issue, the topic we are discussing today, burning of houses. Ask yourself, why do they burn houses? You come, you shoot, you kill, and you ended up burning houses. Why do they do that? Why do they burn houses? Igbo, in Igbo adage, let me speak it in Igbo, say, Onye bura obe yoko, which means whoever we kill, we burn his house. Literally, it means killing is not just enough. Burn his place of inhabitant to make sure that this person does not have any place to inhabit. The person you thought you shot might end up getting up again and will go back to his house. But when you kill, you burn their place, that means you render them homeless. They won't have any other place to stay. And what would they do? They will move from that area to go and attach with a relative or to move to another city, and thereby creating a space for the Janjaweeds to occupy. That's exactly how they take people's land, these land grabbers. You don't even understand it. No, you don't understand it. Because you're busy eating your nkwobi, drinking your beer every evening after work. You go there and you laugh and you drink and you shall say, forget them and all this. No, they are coming. If you do not make haste, you will be taken unaware. That is why we must shout it to our people. That is why we must raise our voice to waken up the consciousness of our people. Even as you go to church today, you'll be praying with one eye open, knowing that prayer only is not enough. Watch and pray. You watch and pray. You keep watch. That means be at alert. Be ready. The Holy Book even say it. Watch and pray. Be at alert. Be ready. Do not only depend on this prayer you are praying. You must prepare yourself. You must fortify yourself in any ways that you can to defend the intruders from taking over your land. And these people continue to flex their muscles. Sometimes I will ask myself, after reading the news of yesterday, how the ISWAP killed 7 soldiers, including one general, including one brigadier general, how they killed them and overrun them with many trucks, gun trucks and others. I begin to ask myself, why is it that the Janjaweed army, whenever they meet these people, they will become powerless? Whenever they come to Biafra land, they will be shooting and shouting, weigh them, shoot, to kill anything. And they will be making sound, even dancing to the tune of the gunshots. As they go, as they do it, any sound that comes, be it, they will be dancing. They will be dancing. Now it is sound, it is a music, it is their drum beat. They dance to it and laugh. But when they meet the ISWAP, when they meet the terrorists, the people that they should be fighting, you will see them running. They will become powerless. All their operation this and that, operation silver up or golden down, whatever they call it, they only do that and they show their flex their muscle only in Biafra land. And it is high time that Biafra should start rising up their voice. If you are in social media, you go there, you tell the world what is happening. You raise up your voice, you write. If you have the UN number, you tell them. Thank God that Secretary of State, US Secretary of State, will be coming to the zoo. I think right now he's in the UK. From UK, he will go to Kenya. He will end up in the zoo. He will come to the zoo. It is high time for you to take the videos of the atrocities. You tweet it to to Anthony Blinken. That's the name of the U.S. Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken. You send it to him. You let the state, you let the world know. We are not saying they are coming to do anything for us. Let them know so that when we start, if anything begins to happen, they will know that these people have been filing complaints. These people have been saying about this. They have been talking about this from time immemorial, and they have been backing it up with evidences. So if anything should happen, nobody should blame these people because they have their pieces of evidence that they keep submitting and keep talking and keep repeating about what is going on in their land. What is going on in our land, if we continue to talk about it, I mean, we will continue to talk it from now till tomorrow, because all these soldiers, they are being led by the, in fact, I call them Yahaya, the Yahaya Janjaweed-led soldiers. They will just go there and continue to commit all kinds of atrocities. And the Lieutenant General himself, Farouk Yahaya, who happens to be Chief of Army Staff, doesn't even care. He doesn't give a flick about whatever that is going on because they're on a mission. So I ask you, Biafrans, wherever you are, if you are still sleeping, rub your eyes, rub your hands in your eyes and wake up. Time to wake up is now. Time to be alert is now. Remember, the word of God says, watch and pray. Do not pray only. Watch simply means be at alert. Be ready. And how will you be ready? You can't just be ready standing there. Be ready fortifying yourself, be ready equipping yourself, be ready in any way that you can, be it wherever you are, you continue to mention it. If you don't have what it takes to go on social media to say it, you can tell your next person, you can call people and tell them what is going on. You continue to condemn this zoological. In fact, if you don't have anything to do, you don't want to do anything, you just support those that are doing it. Simple. I don't want to do anything. Do not come against the people that are doing it in any way. Do not, because they are there fighting for you. They are taking the bullets for you, and they are doing it for the love and for the sake of motherland. I am going to stop here for now. I'll take a temporal break to make sure I sip a little bit of water and hand over the microphone to the Asian, IPOB Asian representative, the formidable man, Mazi Oscar Okeke. Mazi, you have the microphone now. Ndewo Mazi Oscar. I will stand by.
Thank you very much, Mazi Opangwa. In fact, you really did it very justice to this particular topic, and well analyzed and well spoken. Thank you very much. We must continue, because what is going on in Zoological Republic is an eyesore, to be honest. Things are happening on a daily basis. Men and women are being killed, and nothing happens. It seems like world leaders, they are not watching, they are not even care about what is going on in Africa. They don't care, but that is why this is a topic that brings us to next topic we have today. Is it these world leaders that are they really care about the life of Africans? Are they really care? Are they not listening to what is going on? Or all these secret service they now have all over the world, are they not paying attention to what is going on? We find that because we are here to speak only but the truth, because it's the only truth that will set us free. The question is, why these world leaders? This is the second topic we want to discuss now. Why these world leaders are silent despite the frantic killings? We want to know why world leaders are silent. Why? We know that Biafrans all over the world, some countries give them asylum. Some people, some countries don't care. They don't give asylum. There is a specific people, group, ethnics, religions, people they will come, they will give them asylum. Whether we believe it or not believe it. That is exactly what is going on in the United Nations. The question, what is going on? Why United Nations not care? Why world leaders are silent is what is going on in Africa. They look it, they're not speaking. They're silent. And the same people that brought religion to us said we're not doing it right. They show us the way. It's the same people that created United Nations to rescue the oppressors. But today, they preach us, tell us about modernized democracy. Because if you talk about democracy, we Biafran people, we are Ndibu Asian people. We are the one that started the asylum. We are the one that started democracy. But I'm not here to discuss about that, whether you believe it or not. That is a reality. That is a fact. But here we are today to discussing why these world leaders, they're not talking about Biafra massacre. They're not talking about plight of Biafrans. They're not speaking. Why? Even United Nations, in some country, they have it to their heart to help Biafrans, to give them asylum. Some country, they don't have it in their heart to kill Biafran in abundantly. Why? What is going on? The truth, we must continue to speak the truth on daily basis, without fear, without anything at all. The truth must be spoken. Why some world leaders are not speaking? Why they are not talking about Biafran massacre? But immediately Biafran will now do small thing, maybe come out in open, said we now do this, they will say, oh, it's terrorist. Why? What a kind of hypocrisy. Is it because of our race? Is it because of our religion? Is it because of our color? We need to know. Or above. Why world leaders are silent? Secret service, they know, but they're not speaking. Why the whole world are moved? Injustice melted against Biafra all over the world, not even only Zoological Republic. Some people using their power to elevate Biafra from sufferingness and help them and bring justice to them. Some countries use it as the opportunity to kill Biafra at will, to massacre Biafra at will, to do all manner of evil because they have it as opportunity. We must speak the truth. Some people think, oh, this is not right. We need to do the right thing. We need to change the way we think. We need to change the way we perceive things. Some people come out and say, no, we don't need to do this. It's not good. Some people, some countries see it as an opportunity to kill Biafra in mass, to lock Biafra up, not even attending justice, not even care what is going on, because they believe, who will speak for you? Who will rescue you? But forgotten that is a Chukwu Okike our God, that created heaven and earth. Some people thinking because they are now in position of power, they can do undo. They can do anything because they have one choncho, electoral power. People and the United Nations, they are doing their right thing they're supposed to do. No. And these world leaders are people that lecturing us about human rights. But when it comes in reality, they will tell you, yes, what I speak is not what we are going to do. That is exactly what we are seeing on all over the world. They will come in TV and speak the positive, very promising, very encouraging, but in reality, it's the opposite direction. What a shame. What kind of world are we living to? What they speak is not what they are doing. If you understand how this, sometimes I begin to wonder the way the government of the world are run, the way they are doing things, the way they handle things. What they speak is not what they are doing. What they talk is not what they are doing. In fact, they are doing the opposite. The first place you will now ask, that one bring me to the question. Why the purpose of establishing United Nations in first place? Why the United Nations have their own secret service? Why they have their own security? To investigate. Why they are watching, allowing men and women being killed. Even with their own law, they will not do nothing. They do nothing. They will settle it very clearly. Article, so time, so topic, so article, subsection, this, that. If you are in category of this condition, they will help you. Why they not lend that help? Why they are so selective? Why they are doing things they are doing? Why there's now what is going on in the United Nations? There now knows that is some country they will not help. There is some country they will not help. Once you're coming from this country, they know whether they're killing you, burn your family, burn your house, they don't care about you. There is a specific people and the country they need to help. What we are saying is in open. If you doubt us, go and do your own investigation and research. It's in 21st century. What we are doing is not rocket science. It's a naked truth. It's a plain truth all over the world. Tell me the reason this thing are happening in Nigeria on daily basis. Tell me any head of the nation, any head of leaders, any head of country that doesn't know that Buhari is late. Tell me. But today they are what they called pretending. Yeah, they're speaking in a very grammar. You see them with suit, with very humble, you look at them, they look like innocent, they look like a very holy. Deep, what they're speaking and what they're saying is not what is going on in life. The opposite, in fact, the reverse is the case. They go to United Nations and make a law. If this thing happen, you are all to have your own freedom. What is going on in Biafra land? Until we black people use ourselves to destroy ourselves, they will even be more happy. Hypocrites everywhere. Even when IPOB have followed diligently, deliberately follow all the laws of the United Nations, follow all the laws of the world, following it religiously. Maybe thousands upon thousands Biafran they kill is not enough for leaders of the world to speak. Maybe people that claim on daily basis is not enough for them to give people they're supposed to give asylum and give us the restoration. Maybe it's not enough. Maybe when they finish the whole Biafran, that time is when they will come and say, well, then what is going on? Hypocrites everywhere. And these people are making laws. These people are giving us their intelligence. And these people are telling us the way to follow. And these people that telling us you need to do it right. These people are calling human rights. There are Amnesty International everywhere. Liars upon liars here and there. Then we say, we help you, we help you. But when you come from certain people, some certain group, you now do your hypocrites. There is a people you will come to help. There is a people, if you this particular people, you don't need to do anything. You even associate yourself. One thing about, we're not begging any people to help us. What we need, stop. Let us restore our nation. Give us our nation back. We don't even ask many people to help, give us money, give us. No! Restore our nation back. Let us go back to where we are. Because it's a hard conspiracy that keeps us where we are today. Fulani is nobody to stand in the face of Biafra. Fulani is nobody to face us in military or otherwise. They are nobody. And we must go back to where we are before white man came. We are Biafran nation and we must go back to the Biafra as our nation. Not to zoological republic. Nega area, as my colleagues rightfully said. What is going on here and there? People are being killed and the whole world are silent. Imagine United Nations, what they call it, UK. Since the adoption of our leader, even being British citizen, what the Prime Minister have said. Did he make it as a top of priority? No, not at all. It's only our people to force to have brain, to have sense, if we only can reason. Do they make it as their priority? No, not at all. If you ask people, they said they have issued a one statement. They have do this. Is it enough? The question is it enough? Is that statement and electoral effort, is it enough? You cannot tell me that. Britain in a good position to do whatsoever, anything they want in Nigeria as their slave, as their company, as the owner of the company, they can be able to do anything they deem fit. Make no mistake about that. So they have a lot of influence to say what will determine what will happen in Nigeria. Despite whatsoever that is going on, they have final say. But why are they silent? That is a big question. Why? When you speak much, they will silence you. Here and there. That is what is going on. Why Britain are silent? Why other world leaders are silent? What is going on? And the people are, men and women are dying in Biafra land. In zoo, in Nigeria as a whole, day by day, people are dying. In fact, it has become a routine activities. And the people that introduce religion, people that introduce so-called human rights are watching, they're not speaking. And the question is it, when you need to talk about human rights, is it people, if people, there is some race that if them, when they die, you talk about, that is when you will now go where they're called human rights activists. You go to that place and wake it up. Oh yeah, wake up. You now started talking about human rights. But when you happen to some race, some country, no, nothing like a human right that place. Go ahead. You now touch your hand. Go ahead. Go and carry it. Finish up. You talk to them. Finish up. You're not saying it loud, but in your heart, in your actions, saying it. Go ahead and finish. You people, finish you people up. Finish up. Because by your works we shall know them. when things are happening in Biafra and the people that ought to speak are not speaking, you understand one thing. The one thing is very clear is that in support of things that is going on, the support of the claims. Because if you're not in support, they should do something. And those people in power that refuse to do something with their power, it simply means they're supporting the evil. That is simple. And any country that is now conspiring and working with zoological republic can claim Biafra will also suffer. Because it's very clear. I cannot say pretty what they call it, a pretty human right on daily basis. But when this thing happens in some certain country, you now say no, this was nothing like a human right for them. But on the other side, there is a human right. If there is a, when that was, I think, some couple of years back, I was very mad with, I think, what's the kind of what is the name of that main media outlet in America? I think either ABC or CBS. I really forgot. But these people are now talking about advocating about animals' rights. Why I'm sending massacred in one part of Nigeria for them? They're not even talking about. You will see gory picture and even video I sent to them how they're butchered, how they're slaughtered. But these people not even here to talk about that. What they're caring is there is a bush cat there just rescued from a gutter area. That is when it's done on me how hopeless and wretched black people are. If you do not rescue yourself, nobody can. If you not work hard for us to restore Biafra, nobody can do it for you. That is when it's done on me that we need to do something to rescue ourselves, to redeem ourselves. If you're waiting for a white man to come and do it for you, you're making a terrible mistake. You will ask yourself, what have delayed world power to speak about Biafra? What have been keeping them from speaking what is going on? Even mention the name Biafra. Ask them what is holding them. Even call that name Biafra. Our leader said that Biafra is a drive demons. They will never call that name Biafra. What is holding them to open their mouth and call it out Biafra nation? That is the only thing that will give you what you ought to know. And if you now wallowing in ignorance and they continue thinking any day they kill you, you complain. Tomorrow they kill you, then complain. Next tomorrow they kill you, complain. You will keep on complaining till infinity until you rise up and started doing things within confinement of law. That is why our leader cleverly, smartly established Eastern Security Network, made it very open that he is responsible for that, and he cannot sue him because Eastern Security is in confines of the law. That is what all of us need to do. Self-defense is not crime; it's within the confinement of the law. That is what we need to do. Because if you do related to this virus, people like I stated in my first topic, that Fulani is a virus. When you make a mistake, it's them that will use that virus, infected those people, those white men that work with them, telling them what to do, infected them with their virus. Those people, they will be infected. They will begin to talk and live reality and face something that is not important. That is why we are checkmating them. That is where we are today, because we hold split agreement. That is because we now know what they know. They cannot outsmart us because we understand the game. Because what is going on is evil. The whole thing are going on is evil. The world people are silent. Secret service, they know what is going on. All of them just close their mouth. None of them are speaking truth. They see how people are massacred. They know the truth. No wonder one of, I will not mention his name, one of CIA said that they lie, they steal, they then kill. Because if not that, I don't see the reason you will see truth. You turn it upside down. Because the truth always naked. And we must keep on saying the truth, despite whatsoever may be happening or whatsoever any man may think of it. The truth is the only way to go. You and them must sit up. Because what they're doing, they're not doing it right. When they see truth, they cover it. Tell me, is it later we're not right to UN? Is it information they not go? Is it their own secret service they don't have? Is it their own intel they don't have about what is going on in Nigeria? But today they're not speaking. Have you ever asked yourself why United Nations keep mute? Have you asked yourself why leaders of the world are keep mute? They're waiting for us to kill ourselves. And they will come out tomorrow and preach us love, human rights. Who is deceiving who? That is why anything you do not do for yourself, don't wait for anybody to do it for you. That is why Biafrans and all Oduduwas and other Middle Belt and Hausas rise up and take what belongs to you. Because if you call him L05, calling people like such a mindset, they will finish you up. When you remain your only daughter, they will talk to you. We are on top of it. Tomorrow they will come back and slaughter you. And the whole world leader will keep silent. They will not say anything. So that is why I said, why the need? He said there is a lot of things in this world. There is a lot of psychologists. There is a lot of intelligence. There is a lot of political scientists. They can predict. They can see future. Yet they will allow country to go forth on fire. They will allow country to burn to ashes before you will now listen. They said they're sending humanitarians. They're sending humanitarians. Are they not seeing it? What is the need of a secret service? They're mapping out everywhere, secret satellite, everywhere here and look and crannies. And when things happen, they said, yeah, they're sending humanitarians. What kind of humanitarians? And they see it happening. They're silent. Because there's some people that want to say damnation. There's some people want to reduce the population. There is a lot of interests. It's only us, we Biafran, it's time for us to wake up and say no. Oduduwa rise up. Hausas rise up. Middle Belt rise up. It's time for us to say enough is enough. And drive all these center we lectured soldiers, drive them out of our land. This hopeless and lectured Janjaweed. We will not be waiting when the word of power before they speak. They know what is going. They have first-hand information. What is going on? For our people information, BBC is one of the spy entity we have in Biafra land. Because some of our people they're not even aware. But let me give you this information today. BBC is one of the spy institutions we have in Biafra land. Even when they use our Chinyere, Mangoze, Emeka, Orisa, all these people, Biarimi Bonens, they use them to gather much information. Even in remote area, they know they cannot be able to penetrate. The remote area that satellite cannot go, they will use our people to go there place and gather information. So tell me what is going on, they don't know. When they interview you, you think you are, but these people that interview you, BBC, all of them are agents of darkness. They're working how to subjugate us. And our people will be even happy when they speak with these people. They will be so glad. I'm now, what they call it, I'm now interviewing with the BBC. You don't know you're interviewing with the MI6, agent of darkness. They're listening to what you are saying. You're thinking you are making me. Only thing that will help us is for we ourselves will redeem ourselves. We ourselves will stop all these things. Like our leader, Lightful said, if we do not tell people where you are and what is going on, nobody will project what is going on in Biafra. It's only we, and it's only we can start up say no, enough is enough. That is why they will have a lot of literature in our praise. They will tell you I schooled in Canada, in America, in the UK, everything. You're thinking they want to come to make what they will now start preaching you unnecessary things, talking all manner of things that is not even motivating people. Telling you all manner of things. What we need is freedom. That is all. We don't need too much glamour, going up and going down. All and suddenly see that the zoological republic cannot, nothing on this life will make zoological republic to work again. What we need is freedom. Biafran nation. That is all. And we want everybody to work towards that goal. To restore Biafran nation. That is all. That is what we need. We don't need too much glamour. We don't need the rocket science. What we need is to restore Biafran nation. Let us make laws on our own. Let us make rules on our own. Let us own our own hospital. Let us have our own doctors. Let us have our own professors. Let us make the rules on our own.
our people will stop traveling, because once we have our nation, nobody will not see anybody to travel outside abroad again, because we will have enough job opportunities. We create job opportunity. We are intelligent people. We build civilizations. All this is what we want for ourselves. Not when people are telling us workable or holy marriage that is even, what should I say? Zoological Republic, you know, even if you call the political scientists in the whole Europe, now Zoological Republic can never work again. From now until doing this thing till tomorrow, it can never work. It can never work. It can never work. When then we make law, after they finish making law, there are people that will break that law. There are people that will jail you. How can such a country move on? Let me not divert attention, because what we are saying, why all these world leaders are keeping silent, why Fulanis, terrorists are killing people on daily basis, they keep mute. Why? What prompted these things? They know. Whether these people are people who say we look up to them as people that developed country. We in third world countries, we look upon developed country. What are we learning from these developed countries? This is where challenge is coming from. These so-called developed countries that know human rights, or what are we learning from them? Okay, they claim us, they keep quiet. What is going on? And we are keep on learning. Of course, we are learning. We have learned a lot. Killing us in thousands, in millions, burning our houses, showing in social medias. The same world leaders are keep mute. They're not speaking. They're not saying anything at all. But when there is a bushcat that meets where he's going to his owners, they will show it. Say beautiful, lovely bushcat. For you to understand, the life of animal pet is more important, more value to compare you useless, hopeless African people. Area we understand this is better for us. The thing will make us to sit up and work hard. That is when you're down on me, that when even you send ugly pictures, send very certain videos, what is more important is the bushcat that missed his way, that fell in the gutter, that someone rescued is more important, because they value it more than you monkeys, as our leader always say, monkeys and chimpanzees in Africa. Because I don't see a normal human being called Janjaweed Fulani will kill him his own flesh and his own blood. You give him the way money he will use to build his own, having 24 hours electricity. He will siphon the money. He will bank the money in the Western world. Decided to sleep in a dark world. But on holiday, he will go to the same Western world and enjoy 24 hours electricity. Tell me how we are not call this person chimpanzee or monkey. So when we call him people like that, you don't need, it's not a hate speech, but it's the way they are reasoning, the way they are processing informations. Because you cannot see a white man that is behaving the way African people have behaved. The same road, you know that he needed it. He will not build the road. He pocketed the same money. He will allocate so huge amount of money to build roads. So one person will thief the whole money, not corrupt. He will thief the whole money and pocket it in his pocket, and nothing will happen. They will come and install, they will come and kill you, and nothing will happen. That is a mindset of African people. How can you call people that behave in this way a human being? So no wonder world leaders are not saying, they're not speaking. They're not saying anything. That is why we Biafran, we need to do needful, working hard. In fact, redouble our efforts for us to restore our nation. Because time progresses. If they keep on not want to give us what we need to do anything possible to restore our nation. Because we cannot fold our hands. Things are getting, they're coming in our houses and claim military Nigerian government will come into people's house and set the house ablaze, and nobody will speak. Why are we now behaving the way we behave? Because small thing we will do, what do we do? The same people will come out and say prescribe this IPOB, then do this thing. We have written all manner of letters. We have meeting the whole people we need to meet. While we are sending this information for them to know before the hand, we have done on our own side, and we cannot fold our hands to watch Janjaweed to come and kill us. It can never happen in this life, not in this life, not in life to come. That is why we speak the way we speak. And these so-called world leaders, they need to speak up, because they are guidance of the world. They are policing the world. They need to raise to their occasions. Do the needful. If you are number one in the world, behave like number one. If you are the people that people look up to you, do your responsibility. Do that responsibility. If in normal circumstances, if you ask us to fight with Janjaweed, within 1 week we have crushed the whole Janjaweed up. The international people knows, the international community knows, what leaders knows. You know what we Biafran are capable to do. Why are we doing more effort and be silent? Is not that we don't have power. It's for us to follow the world constitution and the United Nations Charter. That is why we follow the whole things known by man religiously. We are not violent people. We are love peace people. That is why any country we go, we now make sure we live within the constitution of the countries. But what is going on in our place is unsettable. And we now asking world leaders for them to speak up and do the needful in zoological purpose. And if you don't know what you will do, we help you. We need to declare the solution of zoological public. Give us a day for referendum. That is what we want. That is the solution for zoological public. We're not talking about one giant animals kingdom called Nigeria. We don't need it again. We need to have our own nation. That is what we want, and that is what we are clamoring for all day long. We need our nation called Biafra. And that's what we want, and that's what we're going to get. And we need our leader to be released unconditionally. He done nothing wrong. Buhari is no more. If them saying then charge him hate speech, they will come out call Buhari. What are we going to do? What is going to happen to all this family cabal, Sanjaweed? Who knows that Buhari is late and make up some artists, a very young guy that I myself, I know that I'm even older than a very small boy. He wear a mask wearer, moving, having fun in Asolo, calling it Buhari. While I say everybody on this world knows that Buhari is no more. He's buried and forgotten in Saudi Arabia. We need to speak the way it is. Without wasting more time, now we are now winding down with here. I'm calling upon our my colleague here for him to give us his own closing remark, and also give us his own closing remark, and also give us more information about what I just said about these world leaders and what they are saying. Thank you very much. I hand the microphone back to you, Mazi Opamwa. Mazi Opamwa, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you so much, Mazi Oscar Okeke, the IPOB Asia representative. Mazi, you have done justice to this. I love your analysis, where you touch all the areas and all this. Before we wind down, I know our time is almost up. I am going to touch on few things, just within 5 minutes. I'm going to touch a few things. To start with, we are talking about why the world leaders are not saying anything about the plights of Biafra, about what is going on in our land, about the killings, and all that. Well, Mazi, your first analysis gave the answer to this second one. I remember vividly well you talked about the virus. The Fulani Janjaweed. Whenever they come in contact with you, they will infect you. And your life will never remain the same again. I mean, in a bad way. Which means you automatically becomes corrupt. You automatically, they try to cover you with the money. You ask yourself, how come those countries that doesn't even have that much oil, as much as the Zoological Republic of Niger area do, how come they are fast developing and doing more than the Zoological Republic of Nigeria? Because all the wealth, all the resources, all the money coming out from there, they are using it to bribe or to cover their evil doings. They are using it to suppress free speech. They are using it to lobby for position, to put people on the top. They are using it to put people on the top so that those at the top will stop any case coming up there. You will see the government of the Zoological Republic, glamoring, doing campaigning. We want to have so this in this United Nations top position. We want to do this. They will spend money. I mean, pay countries, give them their right. Example: if the country will earn, say, 2 billion within the process, they say, "Oh, we give you 5 billion. We double it. Step down for our own. We want to have our people there. We want to have somebody from the Zoological Republic there." And there is something that is in common among some of these people representing the Zoological Republic in top places. There is something in common with them, including the so-called imposter in Aso Rock, Muhammad Buhari. You see, these people that their name has this mad, I have problem with them. UK will say you are mad. Britain will say UK will say you are mad, and US will say you are mad. It sounds the same. Those that their name ended with mad or mad, I have a very big problem with them. Whenever I come in contact or reading articles or comment about these people, it will just strike me, and I will pause a little bit, like grade them not only with their name. You will also find out that their action goes in line with the last 3 letters, be it their first name or their last name or the middle one, as the case may be. You find out that these people are really mad. They don't have anything in their brain. The way they act, the way they behave, and everything, they do it as mad people. They do it. Okay, look at the one they are using in financing all these things. The one, I mean, the zoo man who happens to be the Secretary General of OPEC, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, is from the zoo. And what is his name? Mohammed Sanusi. Mad. They are the ones stealing the money, and they will use it. Oh, let's lobby this one. Let's give them money. Whenever any country or any institution or organization want to say something, they will send the mad Sanusi of a man. Oh, you need to push money here. You need to do this here. And the corruption continue going and climbing at a very high pace. A country that does not have good roads. A country without good water. A country without constant electricity. What do you think developed world will be looking at them for? What do you think? How do you think a developed nation will be thinking about this person? Example, if you see someone from a very rich family, you expected this person to be in a certain position because the family is rich, they have all they want and all this. And when you are in a meeting with this person, the person looks startled. I mean, literally, I'm giving an example. The person looks startled, looks very dirty, and behaves like an animal. This is exactly the way the developed world sees the zoo. Because they think everything is about money. Everything is about lobby. Everything is about do this, give them money. How much? Give them money to cover up the sin and do all this. They lobby to put their people in a high-ranking position in the United Nations so that these people will be talking on their behalf, trying to bring down, suppress the voice of the people, which is the voice of God. And the one representing them, the one they said is their permanent representative in the United Nations, another madman, Tijani Muhammad. The same. You see, they have something in common, all of them. And he will be the one to be saying, these people are lying, whatever they are saying, as their permanent representative in United Nations. It is his job to do that bidding. It is his job to be the spokesperson of the country he's representing under the United Nations. Another madman. And also the one who happens to be the Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations. You remember the woman, Amina, and what's the last name? Muhammad, another mad person there. So you see, they bring all the mad people and they put them in all the key positions just to do the mad job and the mad job up there, turning things upside down and thinking it is all about money, doing their master's bid. All they care about is how to suppress the common man and how to do what they are asked and what they are paid to do there. But I would say we are tired of, in fact, we are no longer looking on them. We are no longer looking on the international community to come and help us. There's one Igbo adage that says, the reason why we still do mention about the international community should do something, it is not actually for them whether they do something or not. It is for the world to hear our voice. For the world to hear our voice, to hear our cry. Let it be on record that we have been shouting. Let it be on record that we have been crying. Let it be on record that we have been raising our voice up high from time immemorial and nothing has been done. So if we decided to take any action, if we decided to go any way that we choose, any path that we choose for our freedom, nobody will blame us. Nobody will blame us because we gave them time, because we raised our voice. You know how it started. You know, people will not dictate the way IPOB. IPOB is made up with men of intelligence, especially the DOS. They go in there, they reason, and they come up and drop something that will scatter everywhere. And maybe sometimes people will be at the hype of it and at the heat of it, they will pause it and withdraw it. People do not understand the way things are being run in freedom fighting. But that's not the issue that I'm talking about today. But they continue to bring something that continue to shake the world. Something that continue to shake another madman again, like Muhammad. We come up and say, these IPOB people, they don't have any job. They are, in fact, they don't read newspapers. 247, they are there in the internet, they are there in the social media, doing this, doing that, because they cannot withstand the power and the fire of IPOB media. Our media strength is next to none, worldwide. With nothing, with nothing. You know, then you could imagine how Biafra will be when we become a country, how our media will be if we can go this far, this length, that even a nation will stand and say that these people, they just do this and the other do that and all the rest of them. So we must continue to push and do what we are doing. We must continue to tackle them, attack them. When they pay the brown envelope media to say something against us, it doesn't matter in as much as you're a Biafra, you counter it, you cross it fake, and you counter them and submit the facts. It is not about I don't subscribe to using vulgar language and saying some things that are not in line. We can still submit our request. We can still do the counter in a very normal way, in a very nice manner. Counter them, bring facts to counter all their lies. Because all they are doing these days is trying to give the struggle a bad name, trying to give IPOB a bad name in the international community. You see DSS will go and commit one crime or the other, and they will say IPOB. You see a policeman will shoot a DSS man and kill a DSS man by accident. It happened in Owerri. They will say IPOB. In fact, I don't know if their wife wife happens to have miscarriage, they might even blame IPOB for that, because in their mind already they have set it, whatever that happens, whatever that goes wrong, it is IPOB. So that means they are feeling the pressure. That means they are feeling the heat that we are giving them. But the international community are trying to play a blind mind over what we are doing. They close their eyes as if they are not seeing it. It is all about their interest. It is all about what they are getting. In fact, they will not even come. They will not even give any money to help as aid. They will wait until the war started. Then they will bring money. We want to support this for aid. We want to build IDF, internal displaced place for people. Let's build IDP camp here for the displaced people. Let's do this thing here. And also they will come to the backyard. We have weapons. If you want to buy, you cannot force them. Because it is their business. Countries will want to enrich themselves to the detriment of another country. They just want to enrich. They don't even care for you. They don't even care for me. They don't even give a blink. They don't really care. They pretend as if they do. You rightly say it. They will rescue one cat from a canal, and they will show it in TV. Oh, this cat got carried away by the flood, and one good Samaritan, one good man, there are still good men, just jump into the and rescue this cat, and it becomes a news. Whereas people are dying, whereas people are suffering, whereas hunger are killing people. In fact, they don't know where their next meal will be coming from. And the world, they are closing their eyes. They don't care. They don't care for you. They don't care. You should care for yourself. You should raise your voice higher. You should fight for what belongs to you. Nobody will come and fight the battle for you. It is in your hand. Your destiny is in your hand. And you must defend it. You must fight for your right. If you cannot, you do it through people that are doing it. You give them the necessary support that they needed. Just like Fela Nicola Kuti said, of blessed memory. He said, don't teach me human rights. He said, don't teach me that song, about human rights. He said, Anima, don't teach me human rights. Human right is my property. I know my human right. I know what is good. I know what's this. I know what's that. But they tell you, human this, human right. It does not exist most times. It is something in the piece of paper. Even the zoo themselves, they will sign this particular thing. You will say, under the Declaration of United Nations for Human Rights and this article of this, Nigeria is a signatory. Are they keeping it? Under African Union for Declaration of Human Rights and this and that and this, if they happen to be a signatory, they just sign all those things in the piece of paper. They don't keep it. The zoo, they don't keep any law. It is a lawless nation. Lawless nation. So whenever you open your mouth and tell somebody you're from Nigeria, you look lesser than an animal. Yes, you heard me well. Whenever you open your mouth to say you are from Nigeria, you introduce yourself as a species that is lesser than an ordinary animal. Can I even say ordinary animals? These days, animals are being fed. Those in the zoo here where I live, they are being fed. They are given their meals at the right time. Their places are being cleaned. They have light and electricity. You living in the zoo, how many? In fact, if you happen to see the light, you will jump up and rejoice. And people will turn around. What is happening? You are rejoicing. Because something that is your right is being given to you. They take it away and they give you a little bit. In fact, it doesn't even come full. Yes, they say it's half current. They just give you half current. And you won't say anything. You say, after all, half bread is better than puff puff. And you manage it. Just like one of the zoo politicians rightly said, that the people has adapted to the daily living of killings going on. They have adapted to the kidnappings going on there. It has become their part of life. It has become their way of life. They know that people will die. They know that the police will intimidate you along the way. In fact, if you happen to drive like 1 kilometer with no police checkpoint, say, oh, these people are not there. And if you like, you'll be happy. You're driving, you're scared. They're going to stop me there, search this, do this, and say this, waste my time and all this, over nothing for you to give money. In fact, while making a journey, the drivers will remove their money to sort people along the way. That means they have adapted to this kind of life, to this kind of corrupt practice. It has become a norm in their daily living. And that is why we are clamoring and we are agitating and we are shouting for the restoration of Biafra. Because we are tired of such life. And in Nigeria, the Zoological Republic of the Zoo, Nigeria. It is, you can no longer revive it. You can no longer bring back this country to become the dreams, if there's anything called the founding fathers, the dreams of the founding fathers. It's long gone. They died with it. If you stand for the Zoo Republic, it will also down on you one day. There was one of the journalists, I think a Vanguard newspaper also. Nigeria at 61, that was just last month. He wore the T-shirt, green, white, green, evil, and he was waving the flag, celebrating. Did he know that in a matter of days, just a month, and within 1 month, that his own will be gone? He never knew. They adopted him, and from there torture him, blah blah blah. Come up with a story that one taxi driver hit him and all this, and police say go and report. What happened to the police that know that this person hit somebody? They will make up stories that they don't even think that people they are dishing these stories to also have their brain. The problem with some of our people is that they have brain, but they don't make use of it. They have the brain, they don't make use of it. In fact, the world, they know that this Biafra struggle is no longer something. It's not like a match you will light and you will blow it off. It's not something you can just blow off like that. You try to blow it, the more you are giving it more power. You're giving it more force. Or they can those that cook with firewood. You blow it, the more you blow the firewood, the more fire it produces. So it's not something they can quench with fire. It's not something they can use the force to bring down. They tried. One of their ministers went to Paris and all that, saying that it's people in diaspora supporting the Biafran and Amazonia and all this and all this, and their problem is that particular area. And some of us did not even understand. That will bring me a little bit about the alliance of Amazonia and Biafra. It is giving them a very big headache, because the Gulf of Guinea is a very important place in the world map, in the world export business and all that. And we are doing all that we can, because if these people fail and we continue to shout this warning, continue to trend on the way of peace until the day we will decided in our mind to get our freedom, the best way we decide to do it. If we go the other way, picking up arms to confront them head on, that will be the end. It's no longer going to be like the zoo problem alone. It will affect the whole region. It will affect even the countries that think it is not their problem. Those that we are writing at, those that we are shouting at to come to our aid, take records of this, they think it is not. It will affect them. But I encourage Biafrans around the world, those at home especially, to continue to remain strong and formidable. Continue to stay under the umbrella of the structure being established by Onyendu or Hamadike Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is the DOS. They continue to come up with good ideas. They come up with wisdom, things that they do, unimaginable things. Now, it's like, okay, pause. Those that are there countering, they won't come with any idea. They won't come up with anything for you to see how stupid they are. They won't come up with anything, but immediately, boom, announce under this holy platform, and it will see the whole world. Earth, heaven will obey and listen, and we go through that way. So I encourage us to continue to remain strong, and those in the diaspora, if you do not belong in any family, you still have a chance to do so. Go and find the nearest IPOB family in your area. Those in diaspora, identify with them. Stop being a fool. Stop being an idiot. Stop being an outcast. Don't make yourself to look like one. Find a family of indigenous people of Biafra near you and belong to that family. Fight along as one. Today, I am so happy that our Council of Traditional Rulers, they have understood what we are saying from time immemorial. They have come to the understanding of what we meant when we say that the zoo, that Nigeria is completely a zoo. They are picking it a little bit because they are now feeling the heat. They are now being treated the same way. Traditional ruler, custodians of our culture, the way they are being treated, as if they mean nothing. I think nobody will treat the emir, even emir of Zamfara, talk less of emir of Sokoto, Sultan of Sokoto. Nobody will treat them the way they treat our own custodian of our culture. So if you still believe in one Nigeria, my brother, something is wrong with you. I'm not going to interpret this. You must identify with the family near you, and especially support the people that are keeping our land safe. Support the men on ground, the Eastern Security Network, the network established by our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. They are in the bush, in our forests, protecting our lands so that the invaders will not take over what belongs to us, so that we will not wake up one day and will not have any place to call home, so that our inheritance shall remain and we shall also pass it over to generations to come. I encourage you all to keep on being strong. It doesn't matter. What makes us strong is the way we react to things. It comes, it shakes us this way, and we continue. Ọkụkọ sị ihe na-eme ọ na-eji ọgbọ vam ọtụọ ọgawa n'iru n'ihi na nke nọ n'eruka. We push here, we continue to move forward. We can have little delay, pause a little bit, do this, do that, fight, then, and we continue. Because we have a mission, we have a destination, and Biafra is our destination. Restoration of Biafra is our mission, and this we must achieve in our own time. May Chukwu continue to keep and protect all Biafrans worldwide. I am handing over this microphone to our formidable Asian representative, Mazi Oscar Okeke. Mazi Oscar Okeke, is back to you. Newo.
Thank you very much, Mazi. In fact, I'm so grateful and also very happy. You have touched a lot of topic, a lot of area. In fact, you have touched many things in this year closing remark. I say, may Chukwu continue to bless you, continue to guide you, and also give you the wisdom and the grace for you to continue soldiering on, because what we are doing is not an easy stuff. Some people may not understand. I say, stand firm and continue doing the work of Chukwu Kikabiama. May Chukwu bless you immensely with your family members. Well, thank you very much, Mazi Opanwa. From here today, by special grace of Chukwu, we are now coming to the close of our broadcast today. By special grace of Chukwu, my greeting goes to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We pray that Chukwu will vindicate him very, very soon, that he will now join us in what we are doing in no distant time. And also, we ask Chukwu Kikabiama to protect all the lovers of freedoms, Ipob, Biafrans in general, and the men and women that are doing us proud. This is a security network that Chukwu may continue to bless them. These men and women that have been doing great work for us. And also all the members of Ipob, people that are working assiduously from our head to toe, from head of leadership to dam. I say, may Chukwu bless each and every one of us. And also, my regard go to you, Mazi Obiro, our president of Wachineke. I say, may Chukwu continue to bless you. You have been doing a great work. We really love you, and we continue to, Chukwu will continue to bless you. And all our listeners all over the world, we say, may Chukwu bless you. We encourage you to stay tuned. Next week, by this time of day, we're going to come out into your way again. By special grace of Chukwu Kikabiama, we continue doing justice to the evil, to the things we zoological public are doing. Until next week, my name is still Mazi Oscar. I'm signing out from here. Microphone back to you, Wachineke. Wachineke, I hope you can hear me.
Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mazi Oscar Okeke. I can hear you, and Mazi Charles Opanwa, for the wonderful job both of you have done for this couple of hours you have been on air, letting the world know who they are, letting the enemy know that indeed we have their secret at hand, irrespective of whatever they are doing. Thank you very much for that wonderful one, and keep it up. Keep it up. Thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra House Service 2, coming to you from the platform of Radio Biafra London, under the leadership of one and only Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ohamadike, one of Biafra land. We will be right back in a moment.
I am not a Nigerian. I renounced everything to do with Nigeria on or around the December of 2015. I am a Biafran and I hold British citizenship. Only upon a clear pronouncement of the intentions of that very court, which I suggest to them, should be free of any interference from the executive, will this very case move forward. The circumstances surrounding the invasion of my house, the invasion of the home of His Royal Majesty, is Israel Okukan. You must know that my father's name is Israel, and it means a lot. Going forward, there must be guarantees by the international community so that this case can proceed, and I will prove once and for all that there is something fundamentally wrong with the brain of those that run Nigeria, because I will demolish them in a court of law. For now, let me restate my position that I committed no offenses known to law. What they are charging me with doesn't exist, and they know it. I have no weapon. My only weapon is a microphone and my courage that Chukwu Kabiama gave me. But it's up to those who persecute me to see reason to call their troops home. Let me state also categorically that IPOB worldwide is committed to the liberation of the land of Biafra from the shackles of tyranny. And we will not relent until a referendum is conducted. If you want us to do anything with you, if you want us to conduct any form of participation in whatever it is that you're doing, there must be a referendum to decide the quest for self-determination for Biafrans. That is our red line. It is not negotiable. We intend to achieve our goal through any means recognized by national and international laws. My fellow Biafrans, my compatriots, please indulge me to sincerely thank the State of Israel, the persecuted Jewish community in Biafra land, and Israel, and worldwide, who through their prayers and actions contributed in no small measure in assuring my physical safety and well-being. May Chukwu Okike Abiama bless the land of Biafra. May Chukwu Okike Abiama bless the land of Israel. Our destiny is before us, and nothing is going to alter that very path. Southeast and South-South are one. There is nothing like Niger Delta. There is nothing like South-South. There is nothing like Southeast. All we have is Biafra. Our mothers in Akwa Ibom protested. Our mothers in Iguacha protested and are still protesting. Okonko is an Annan culture. Abariba people are descended from Akwa Ibom, Ibibio land. Ekpe is of Efik culture. But you find all these things in Igbo land. The divide and rule tactics of the colonial era and the internal hegemonic tendencies of Kowari North have perpetuated these historical distortions. Onwegi ihe ọbụla ndị iro pụrụ ime. Ekwensu na-agba mgba n'efu. IPOB stands on the truth. We do not move from our position. And our position is very simple. Without referendum, nothing will happen. They are registering little children in the north as usual. They are doing all they can to hold the people down in bondage. IPOB will not participate in such charade. It is not possible. We are civilized people and we play by civilized rules. There is nothing anybody can do to dissuade IPOB from following this path of total liberation of the land of Biafra. It is sacrosanct. It is not negotiable. My fellow Biafrans, as I've always said to you before, and I will continue to reiterate, those of you that stayed the course during my absence, my enforced absence, those of you who diligently pursued the path of truth and of hard work and of discipline and application will be rewarded with the coming of a free Biafra. We are not like other people, because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood, but they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. IPOB is very special, exceptionally special, the largest mass movement in the whole world bar none. And we did it because Chukwokika Biama is with us. We did it because Chukwokika Biama created IPOB himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist, because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu and I don't stop until I get what I want. Thankfully, my enemies know this, and they know what is to come. I thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. And I wish to remind you, all of you that played a very pivotal role in defending justice and fairness, like Pa Ayo Adebanjo, these are truthful people. And I must also add Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu, and I must also wish him a very happy birthday. All the forces of darkness must crumble before us. And let me assure you that I am coming. I am coming, and nothing can stop Biafra from reimagining. Absolutely nothing. Let me close by saying this. Everybody should pay particular attention. In my distress I cried unto Elohim. Adonai El Shaddai Chukwokika Biama Purimi Henino Nyen Fanageme Farose. I'm not an idol worshipper. Chukwokika Biama will kill me any day I do. I came to Jerusalem, you call it Jerusalem, where I prayed many years ago, and I had this revelation that Biafra will be restored. There is only one creator, not two, not three, not four, only one. If only our people can understand it. If only our people can follow the light, they will be liberated, but we are getting there. Deliver my soul, O Elohim, from lying lips and from a deceitful tongue, those of them that lie and deceive. We don't know what shall be given to them, or what shall be done to them, those with their false tongues, those that lie and deceive. Sharp arrows of the mighty, with the coals of juniper. Woe is me, thy eyes sojourn in the lands of the unbelievers, that I dwell in the tents of those who cannot reason. My soul hath long dwelt with them that hate peace. I am for peace. I, Nnamdi Kanu, is for peace. But when I speak, they are for war. Kachukwu okike abịa mapụrụ m ihe niile bụ onye anyị na-efe. Onye na-adịgide nsọ wee ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Usu niile nke ndị agha onye nna-akpọku gbara asaa ụbọchị niile. Onye kere eluigwe n'ụwa. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-achị. Chineke nna nke kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya. Onye anyị na-etu ebighị ebi. Shall be with this IPOB, this noble family of IPOB, till the restoration of Biafra and beyond. All this I pray in the name of the Most High that liveth forever, Hashem, now and forevermore. Ise, Ise, Ise.
Going to the working group on arbitrary detention in Geneva, the International Criminal Court and the International Court of Justice in The Hague, the U.S. Congress to impose sanctions on Nigeria.
Very good, sir.
Conforms to internationally recognized human rights to which Nigeria has already subscribed to enforce its own constitution. I have seldom seen such open, notorious lawlessness. I underscore, it is very clear. They signal out me when I was the one who was approaching to enter the courtroom. They said, Mr. Fine, you can't go in. Everybody else was able to go in. For whatever reason, they put me on a blacklist, if you will. Said no, they fear that if the law applies, Nnamdi Kanu goes free. And that is exactly what ought to happen, because the law does require that he go free. And the international community now is obligated to put the sunshine on the Nigerian judiciary and ensure that if justice is not done, there will be a price to pay. The judge herself may be subject to prosecution before the International Criminal Court.
Very good, sir.
Judges are not free from criminality. The Nazi judges that implemented the Holocaust decrees against the Jews, they were prosecuted at Nuremberg. And if the Nigerian judges follow suit, they similarly are going to risk prosecution.
Yes. Your name, sir?
Your name, sir?
Thank you.
My name is Bruce, B-R-U-C, Fine, F-E-I-N. I'm from Washington, D.C. This is the 5th time I've been here in the last several months.
Thank you.
Yes, let me address you on behalf of Ohanes and Ipob. We sent a large delegation. We sent a large delegation of Ohanes and the Igbo traditional rulers. They flew in from outside Abuja and they were not allowed to cross these gates. I was the only one allowed to go in and we were not allowed to go to court. Let me give a position of Ohanes. Justice must not only be done but must be seen to have been done. Esoteric trial cannot stand in this day and age. Lawyers and judges all belong to the same procession, and to this we say we want justice and nothing but justice. Nnamdi Kanu must go free. That's our submission. I am Chief Godwin Wazurike. I'm a lawyer to Ohaneze Ndibo. Thank you very much.
Alright, sir. I want to know, is it that the Kanu's lawyer was not allowed to go?
All of us were not allowed to go.
I beg you, hold on. I beg you. Let me
Dalo gani hu?
Kekwan.
Ana manu dalo.
Yes.
Kedi ihe menu ligbe tata.
Ibe menu ni ibe tata.
Oge weni we ge birugo kwanya afa gi.
Okay, afa mo wo Mazi Chukwuma Marcel Jim Udebran aga me ba de manaju.
Kedi ihe menu ligbe ta.
Ihe menu ni ibe tata de ho mai ka ko mana ejugom so ma wage. Aye biara no tutu a. Ka e me case. Aye chuma ka e we bia tutu a. Oge anyị na-abata ọdụka ọgụ na mgba ndị mmadụ ndị uwe ojii na ndị a na-akpọ DSS ị na-ekwu anya efu ha ọdụka ya asị na anụ ọgụ everywhere ju so otu everywhere ju anyị nwasị ọgụ nọ n'ọkesi ka anyị bịara na ya bido mma anyị ejiri egbe ihe anyị chọrọ owu ka nwa anyị nwoke nwanne anyị nwoke ka o nweta petraya ihe anyị bịara so anyị abalịzie na kọt esensọkwara anyị ibe na proses ọ na-enyochara anyị fat enyochagidola anyị ma mụ na ndị otu mụ nwasị chairman nọ n'otu ọkaiwu and public interest litigation and federal character to refer na ọ dụrụ difficult mụ nwee so at the end of the day anyị ma abatara n'ime anyị anọrụzie na kọt na-eche anyị is surprise ọ gbagwochuru anyị anya ọkankụ na ndị awụ anyị na ha lụrụ mmadụ 8 tọ n'ala mana anyị nwa asị na ya nọ 4 or 5 ka anyị ga-adị anyị kpetakwa
asị na ga-adụ 4 or
5 anyị kpetakwa n'ụlọ nwezi onye nke ha si na ọ ya eso anyị wee ba anyị wee si n'mba na ọ dọrọ mụ ya eti nwatakịrị ikpesi anyị ebe n'akwa anyị nwa ka ọ dọle si na okeke oke afọ ya eso anyị na okori ya eso anyị ọmdụ ka ọ dọle si anyị na okori ya eso na onye anyị esi na onye anyị esi ọ ihe mere na anyị nwa wee pụta na-echezi na oge onye isi ya onye ọkaikpe ya abịa nọọ ya asị kedu ihe merunu na ndị a abịala ọ ihe merunu so anyị duzi surprise na ọbịa na John ọ dị mata to 19 and 20
ya bụ na ekweghị ikpe tata chacha
so anyị wee si mba na nke a na anyị afụbo na nke awa afụbo mana mda woman onye a na-ebido awa onye mma ọfụma ọsọ mbọdụ second in command ọ dụrụ ọ gbagbochiri n'anya ka o si wee mee ụdị omume a maka anyị nwa ma mana ọ chọgburu onwe mana anyị nwa ga-ejezi ka anyị na mana asị na enwe ihe mere eju ma ọ gaa na ọ napụ ka anyị nọzi azụ ka anyị mara ka anyị esi wee chigata azụ
ya bụ Jenụwarị ka a ga-alaghachikwa
mba ya dụọ possible anyị nwa nwere strategy ka mbi Jenụwarị anyị nwere many options which na by ndị Igbo na-ege m ntị unu ọbịa nọ n'ụlọ mmiri tupu ya eme ebele anyị a n'ikpe adịsi
ọka iwu gwazi ama afa gị
afa m bụ Maazị Michael Mesiobi Ọgọbụchi
iso banye n'ụlọ ikpe tata
abụ m onye nnọchite anya nzukọ Igbo Lawyers aba m n'ụlọ ikpe n'ụbọchị taa kama na ife melụ bụ na ọtụtụ n'ime ndị ọkaiwu bụ ndị otu anyị ekwerọfa kafa banye n'ụlọ ikpe ekwerọfa kafa banye n'ọnụ ụzọ ama ikpe ya fọdụza nke banye na ọnụ ụzọ nke ụlọ ikpe mana anyị nwa ike banye abanye anyị nọ n'ọnụ ụzọ ụlọ ikpe ndị otu ndị ọba anyị na-afa bụ ndị si n'ọfisi Attorney General of the Federation abanye feri ka banye sị onwere nye ha nsogbu nwerekwana onye bufasa banja banye sị ya ka anyị nwazi alụcha iri banye anyị nwa bụzi ndị na-anọchite anya Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ka anyị banye asị anyị ma abanye nọ ndị dota ndị ga-abanye ebe ọ na wee chọgbu onwe ya bụ nọọ ndị si n'ọfisi Attorney General bụ ihe na-agwazi ndị DSS ha ga-eme ha nwagwara ha mechide anyị n'ụzọ na anyị abanyela
Kunu bịakwa na ịbanye ka ihe a gwakwa n'ụlọ
ka anyị nọzidi ilo na-agha ka arụkwa anyị ka abanye onye ọkaikpe bata mmadụ nọ n'ime kọtụ kpọọ anyị sị anyị bịakwa na onye nke babatago anyị ncha niile ka anyị ra ma barịsa Ejiofọ ma barịsa Aloyo ma barịsa Maxwell ma barịsa Chukwuemeka anyị ncha niile ka anyị banye emechide anyị ụzọ asị na na-emechi kọtụ n'ime ndị dị isi na mpụta asị na-emechi kọtụ n'ime ka ha tara eme ya ụzọ ekwere eme ya ka anyị nọzi na-ekwu nke afọ agwa anyị na kọtụ Belibe na azụ anyị Maazị Nnamdi Kanu nwere nọchitere anya ndị Federal Republic of Nigeria nwe ndị ọkaiwu mmadụ 10 ihe ọ pụtara bụ na ekpere ikpe na azụ anyị Maazị Nnamdi Kanu nwere nọchitere anya tata ebupụ ikpe anụnwa ikpe kwesịrị na-ekpe kwa ụbọchị ebupụ ya na Jenụwarị nke afọ na-abịa abịa nke a jọgburu onwe ya ụdị ya kemerọ mbụ so ọ ife biwu anyị mana anyị na-agwa kafara bụ ndị Igbo na-ege anyị ntị obi arụ nafa mmiri ama ife anyị ga-eje baa nkata chie azụ mmadụ ka esi wee handụl ya bụ okwu
gwa m afa gị ọzọ.
Afa m bụ Maazị Michael Meziobi Ogochi darụrị nne daalụ na-abịa biko ka m nweta ọkaiwu sorry ọkaiwu Ejiofor biko ka m nyetụkwa gị nsogbu mụ na Maswell ekwukwe n'ụtụtụ ok mụ na Emeka ekwukwe n'ụtụtụ Emeka gwazie ọkaiwu gwa m kedu otu obi dị unu taa akọgwala anyị otu ihe si wolu agwagwa anyị otu ihe si wolu gaa n'ụlọ ikpe taa kedu otu obi dị unu nakwa kedu otu unu ga-esi wolu sorokwe ya bụ okwu a
nke tata jọkarịchara udene sikarịa kakwụ n'isi tata anụnwa kọtụ nyere nsị n'ụlọ ụka mbụ tata anụnwa bụ 10th of November 2021 anyị afụnụrụ ụdị ihe nke a bịara ikpe ịkpụta onye anyị na-anọchite bụ Nnamdi Kanu n'ime kọt ime ala prosecutor na ndị otu ya niile ha abanye ka asị na ha nwe obodo then anyị nwabụzi lọya Nnamdi Kanu ndezi aka ya banye ịkpọchide anyị ụzọ apart from na from main road ebe anyị kwụ na wee luo n'ime ọnụ ụzọ court anyị gafere about 8 checking point asachila anyị search ihe na ife mana ndị attorney general abata onye ha bata eburu akpa baa onwere onye na-ene ha anya yes kedu ụdị ihe anyị na-ekpe nya ọ dị ka aghọrọ ụmụ igbuo echi aghọrọ ụmụ isi ọzọ ọ ihe emere anyị taa ndị niile bụ from attorney general's office enye ha express entrance to the court ha lụọ zekericha n'oche niile
a na-emebu n'otu a mbụ ka ihe taa bụ mbụ ihe a
mere mbọsị emere ya bụ 26th of June oge izi akpọ Nnamdi Kanu wee bịaba nke a bụ na ha gwara anyị agwa na ha na-akpụ ya bịa ebe mana ha gwara attorney general duru ndị ọrụ ya niile bịa n'ọrụ
ha bụ Nnamdi Kanu bịa ụlọ ikpe tata
anyị fụrụ ya tata mana ụfọdụ ka anyị ma abanye anyị na-akpụ aka kụgere aka si mepee n'ụzọ ka anyị nye mara ihe na-eme akpọchi ụzọ niile isi ụzọ nke a asị gị isi ụzọ nke a ije ebe ya asị na akpọchiri akpọchi let us go ma ngwongwo anyị dukwu n'ime ka anyị burukwuo ya ha jụrụ anyị na ha mapụrụ anyị ngwongwo anyị enyemaka ka anyị ji wepụtakwa aka anyị
kedụzi olileanya unu ugbu a
olileanya ya nwere bụ na ọ bụrụ sọ onye abụ jọji anyị nwere ọ bụrụ sọsọ ya bụ jọji enwe ọ bụrụ iwu na ọ ga-ekpe ikpe ọ tara igbo ebe ọ bụ na a na-asị ya kpee ikpe n'ụzọ nkwụmọtọ mana wute ya o mee tata egwu na-atụ anyị ebe ọ nọ anyị na-enyozi enyi ịma a na-ekwufu sef na siwepịa na onye Fulani ka ọ mana anyị si ka anyị baa ya bikos na anyị biliv na jọji ma ihe ọ na-eme bikos ọ nọmba 2 jọji ka ọ bụ ebe a mana wute ya eme tata ike gwụsịrị anyị infat ike gwụrụ anyị ọ dị ka onye gị na anyị wee jee mkpa irozesa na okwu ya dịzị ka ọgba mgbada it's an embarrassment
biko gwakwa Igbo afa gị ọzọ
afọ mbụ Nnaemeka Ejiofor abụ m ofu lọya n'ime lọya Nnamdi Kanu ọ ga-anọ ebe a wee mebie ọ ga-apụtarịrị kama o nwere ike ọma mbụzi n'aka nwaanyị a na-ekpere anyị ikpe maka anyị ghọtara okwu ọzọ tata kedu ka ị ga-esi na-ekwu na a na-ekpe ikpe ịkpọrọ onye klient anyị kpọọ prosecutor kpọrọ ndị DSS ụ na-agba ezi kpọchide anyị ilo kedu ihe anyị maketa ọgwa klient anyị o nwere ike olu ya pụta n'ihu egwu So it's unfortunate, just terrible. And then we're to January 19 and 20, which means Katabi Afu, even on Paneba, what you saw, Obono Ebono, the Kabida by Jibina Uni, Sosiano, what a human being. So actually, by the time I know the Zeba, we don't call it back on their plan. Their plan became a Popoli Apo, Boko Rivezako, by into solitary confinement. So they are bro, Unuga, Banyazogo, no, I am in Mihano, I am in Mihano, George Adrupo, from me, George Metata. I know you shot, why you would have been now. None.
Omubanye ndisone esanye na BBC News Igbo. Una follow to ya bibe siga tata n'ụlọ ikpe nụkwa n'ọnụ ndị ọkaiwu Nnamdi Kanu ndị bịalụ ebe a. Ọkaiwu Ifeanyi Ejiofor akọọla, ọkaiwu Emeka Ejiofor kọ, ọtụtụ ndị ọkaiwu ndị ọzọ bụ ndị so banye n'ụlọ ikpe ahụ akọgwo onye afọ. Dịka ha na-akọwa ha sị na-enye ihe ohere ka ha banye n'ụlọ ikpe. Ọzọkwa bụ na ndị akpọrọ Nnamdi Kanu bịa ya bụ ụlọ ikpe tata na Nnamdi Kanu nọ sọsọ ya na onwe ohere ka ndị ọkaiwu ya gakwuru ya ka ya na ha kpaa ka amalụ otu ihe si aga, mana otu akụ esi oga taa. Ọrụ agwụla taa ị na-anya ịfụ na ndị ọrụ nchekwa DSS n'ọzọnụna a na-abanyezi ụgbọala ha ka ha ncha nnaba. Ndị bịakwa n'ebe ọka ndị mmadụ bịara ebe a gbasago, ma ndị bịalụ bịa na-ngagharị iwe, ma ndị bịara ịkwado Nnamdi Kanu ndị nọba ebe a na-agụ egwu ha ncha anala. Ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ bịa na-ama anyị ikpe si na anya dị ekwu ihe na-eme, mana ihe m gwara ha bụ na ọ bụghị anyị nwe ikwu okwu na anya na-afụ ya, ihe ahụ na-egosi bụ live ka o si eme ka unu si afụ ya, na ọ bụghị mụnwa ga-eji ka ihe bịara ime nsị mbara ihe a bụ ihe anya na-afụ na ọ bụghị ihe ọnụ na-akọ, maka ihe metụrụ onye ọbụla n'anya. Mana ekene jiri Chukwu na ya bụ ihe gara na udo, egwu ka agụchakwa mmadụ ncha wolu gbasa tata. Ndị ọrụ nchekwa n'onwe ha a na-agwụ all life ka anyị nọ, anyị abụghị nke anyị na-eme na studio unu na foto si eme, ma dịka ntịgwakwa unu chọọ ịma ụmụ ife ndị ọzọ na-emegasị ma ọtụtụ ihe ndị ọzọ dị n'ime ikpe a na ụmụ ihe onyonyo ndị ọzọ na-afụnwu na live a bụ nke anyị sere ese, unu ga-aga na bbcigbo.com 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 unu fụ ụmụ akụkọ a niile nakwa otu ihe a niile si gaa tata nakwa akụkọ ndị ọzọ metụtara ya ma nke metụkwara ihe ndị ọzọ. Anyị nọ ebe a kemgbe ụtụtụ ka o ji nkeji ole ma ole gafee elekere 7 nke ụtụtụ ka anyị kpalitelu njem a tata. Anyị nọzi na iju na maka na ikpe nwa abịalụ agwụla, ndị ọrụ nchekwa anawala, ndị na-anazikwa ugbu a bụzi ndị ọkaikpe, ọkaiwu, ndị nta akụkọ na ndị ọzọ bịalụ sonye n'ihe a melu tata. Anyị kenekwa m unu makwa nụ na BBC News Igbo. Afọ m Olubolo Chi Agozie Nwanwu. Ihe a bụ ụgbọala ndị uwe ojii ebubi ebe a. Ụgbọala nwa niile anawala maka na igbe Nnamdi Kanu eji maka ya bulu ha bịa anawala. Ha ụgbọala ndị DSS ncha niile anawala. Ọnụ nke taa agwụla. Ọ ga-abụzikwa oge ọzọ Nnamdi Kanu ga-abịa ụlọ ikpe ka ị ga-afụkwa ndị nchekwa n'ọnọdụ a. Nwanne anyị ma ịsọ ịchọbụ ka ịgwa anyị okwu mbụ, mana ịfụgo n'otu ihe si gaa n'ụlọ ikpe taa, eme ị nọ n'iro nweta ohere banye n'ime, kedu ihe iche maka otu ihe a si gaa nakwa olileanya enwe ọkachasị ihe a mere? Ama m na efi nọ mgbe ndị mmadụ bịara ebe a na-agụ egwu, kedu ihe iche maka ụmụ ha niile na nkenke?
Ya nchere na federal gọọmenti ma ihe ha na-eme ebe Nnamdi Kanu ya na George, starting from George, because ndị bayi dị abanye ekwu na ha na-abata ime court, ha nọ na corridor, ọ na corridor ga na-azọ mmadụ ebe a ka ha nọ ekwu na ha na-abata. So onye nche na Nnamdi Kanu ama wefe here ọma mefe here, and let me say it, as long as eji Nnamdi Kanu, Nigeria can know peace. There will be no peace in Nigeria until I happen na Mazi Nnamdi Kanu our leader. Owe yi ome so kuna owe yi ome owe njo ome atọ And that's why with the motion to challenge the jurisdiction, George and the motion that we watch putting over the defense can have also Nnamdi Kanu and the prosecutor. So Nnamdi Kanu has no opportunity to defend the way. Why? So this is a kangaroo trial. Kangaroo trial.
Dalo. Oya, so baduro dalo maka ezigbo anyị. Dalo ndị na-esonye anyị dịka o si kwulu ugbu a. Ndị ọkaiwu ekwuola okwu. Onye nta akụkọ anyị nọ n'ime ụlọikpe anwa na-agwa anyị na ndị ọkaiwu Nnamdi Kanu batara na ya bụ ụlọikpe mana ha ji iwe pụọ tupu ọkaikpe apụta maka na ekweghị ka Bruce Fein bata n'ụlọikpe nọ ya bụ ihe mee n'ụlọikpe mana ka ọ hapụzilu ọ dị ka mgbe ha na-achọzi ịbata ọ bụ na agbachiela ụzọ ebe anwa onye nwa bụ ihe onye nta akụkọ anyị na-agwa anyị ọ na-agwakwa anyị na ọzọ bụ na ikpe anwa ekpeghị ikpe anwa taa na ihe ọkaiwu melu bụ na o wegaziri ikpe anwa ka ọ bụrụ ụbọchị 19 nke ọnwa Jenụwarị na ụbọchị 20 nke ọnwa Jenụwarị 2022 ka a ga-ekpezi ikpe anwa maka na dịka onye nta aka nọ n'ime ụlọ ikpe na-akọwa ọ sị na ikpe anwa agaghị n'iru maka na ndị ọka iwu Nnamdi Kanu anọghị na ụlọ ikpe anwa. Anyị na-ekelekwa unu anyị ga-apịachizi emume anyị a dịka anyị mere na ya gụpụtagwonu n'otu ihe si aga ihe m na-agụpụta ihe a bụ ihe onye ọrụ anyị nọ n'ime ụlọ ikpe dị elu ya ka m na-agụpụta ugbu a dịka o si kọwa na ikpe anwa agaghị n'ihu maka na ndị ọkaiwu Nnamdi Kanu anọghị ọya melu ọkaikpe Dịka Nyako ji wegharịa ikpe anwa gaa na ụbọchị 19 nke ọnwa Jenụwarị na ụbọchị 20 nke ọnwa Jenụwarị 2022 mgbe anwa ka ya bụ ikpe ga-alaghachitekwa. Daalụnụ anyị ekwuola otu o si dị n'ụlọ ikpe tata anyị agbakwala ndị ọkaiwu bara ụlọ ikpe ajụjụ ọnụ gụpụtakwa ihe onye nta akụkọ anyị nọ na ụlọ ikpe ihe o kwuru anyị ga-apịachizi ya ka ọ dịzi na mgbe ọzọ dịka unu ma anyị nọkwa na ụlọ ikpe ukwu nke dị na Abuja ebe egbelu Nnamdi Kanu ikpe tata maka ebubo gọọmenti Naịjirịa na-ebo ya ọ ga-adị na mgbe ọzọ ya gazie enu.
My fellow Amazonians, it's been a long time I address you live via Facebook. And I thought it was important for me to take this opportunity to clarify a couple of issues that are important in our struggle. I also want to send my best wishes to the Biafran people as they go through difficulties in the wake of the kidnapping of their leader. There are a couple of issues I would like to clarify so that we are all on the same page with respect to our liberation. In the past few days, we have observed the enemy moving military tanks into our country. I can assure you that this is the last desperate move of a defeated army that is using public relations propaganda to silence its own agitating population and to attempt to intimidate our people. We have risen up in resistance against a brutal occupier that we have humbled in the battlefield. You must recall that 4 years ago, when millions of our people went on the street with olive branches, they deployed helicopter gunships. They moved troops from their Manawo Bay. They mauled down thousands of people. We are still unable to account for the bodies of thousands of our people who were mauled down in Boya. We began resisting with Dane guns. They brought in their special forces. Then they brought in pickup trucks where they could move their forces from one part of our territory to the other. We shattered those pickup trucks. We defeated them in the pickup trucks. They moved from there with armor cars. We still pulverize most of those armor cars. As you saw in the action of Bamising by General Nopiti. A daring action in broad daylight, taking down Cameroon's most trained and equipped elite forces. That was a sign of bravery. They have now tried to deploy helicopter gunships with new model of armor cars. I want to remind our people that armor cars don't fight wars. People do. People do fight wars. That's why one of the strongest militaries in the world, whether it was the Russians, the Americans, could not defeat the Afghans, could not defeat insurgencies either in Iraq or in other countries. Because once the people are determined, they are going to defeat any army, no matter how well armed that army is. In the past days, the regime has been attempting to explain why they cannot prevail in Ambazonia. They are accusing Ambazonia of entering into alliance with foreign terrorist groups. I want to assure our people, from the beginning of our struggle, from the beginning of our resistance, we define our objectives. We define our strategies in a public way. Our strategies are consistent with the rules of war. Our strategy upholds the respect of human life and human dignity. Our objective for independence is not an artificial creation. It's something born out of colonialism, born out of the remnants of a brutal regime that has made its existence in our land based on assassination, exploitation of our natural resources, and the deployment of disproportionate force against unarmed civilians. We explained to the world why we were fighting, and we made it absolutely clear that we will seek alliances with peoples, nations, and states whose values are consistent with our values, and who can work with us to defeat the colonialism of Ambazonia. We have established a working relationship with the Basque. We have held public meetings with the Basque. Our representatives, including the Vice President of the AGOVC, Secretary of State, have been able to visit and address the Basque Parliament. This year we entered into an alliance with Biafra, the indigenous people of Biafra, the biggest indigenous people within the continent of Africa. The Biafrans are a recognized people whose existence predates all the states that have been artificially created within the continent. We are in alliance with them. They are not a terrorist outfit. They are a people who have been subjected and subjugated for more than 70 years, who suffered genocide in the hands of Nigeria. And as I have pronounced before, in the 50s, nations and people stood together against foreign dominion. They fought together. They recognized each other's effort. Betrayal of any people is unacceptable. And we will continue to work with the Biafran people to make sure that they can realize their aspiration, self-preservation, that their resources can be exploited to develop themselves, not a foreign dominion. Cameroon must understand that the mistake it made 5 years ago is going to crumble it. And Nigeria cannot make the same mistake. Cameroon's attempt to win Nigeria's support in its brutality and genocide is not going to work. We are determined to write the last chapter of Cameroon's presence in our land. And I've asked our people to ensure every flag of the occupier is brought down. Every symbol of the occupier must be brought down. Every institution that perpetuates the occupation and colonialism of our country must be destroyed. Independence means independence. We are going to create indigenous institutions that cater for the well-being of our people. When we say we are free, it means we have erected our own educational foundation, that we have our flag, our own anthem, that we are able to create an economic model that is able to sustain our people, creating a judiciary that is going to uphold the principles of justice, fairness, in the protection of our people. In a few days, we celebrate our independence. Like all people who have fought for freedom, our people must take pride in their effort, in their sacrifices, in their determination to establish on this earth a free space within which all their values, their culture, and their norms can come together to make them live a better life. We must together celebrate our independence, whether we are in the diaspora, whether we are in the homeland, to project strength, to show that we have vanquished Cameroon, to show our own institutions to the world. And we thank the Biafran people for joining us in this celebration. And I'm definitely very sure not long from now, both peoples, both nations will be free. And all the prisoners that have been kidnapped, those who have been rendition, subjected to torture by colonialists who have exploited our resources for their own benefit, will not be forgiven. We are not going to create peace and reconciliation commission. We will not forget. We will not forgive. We will hold this brutal system accountable for the carnage that they have caused in our homelands, for the environmental degradation that they have caused in our homelands, for the murder, assassination, torture as a weapon of occupation. We must rest assured that the 21st century is our century, that our continent cannot be hijacked by puppets of colonialist regime that have exploited our resources for the interests of foreign companies, that have tortured our people and degraded our cause, wasted the life of our people. Be rest assured that a new Africa is in the making. An Africa for African people. That we will be able to have access to our bounties. That our human resources will not be shipped across the Mediterranean. That people will not take flight away from our shores to develop foreign countries. The same enslavers that 400 years ago took our forebears into captivity and have implanted within our continent puppets that have continued to perpetuate the colonialist political, social, and economic systems. We must fight to be free. We must sacrifice to be free. Some of us will not be around to enjoy that freedom. Some of us will not be out to see the day that we will be free. But we will be proud wherever we may be that we've made a huge contribution to a free country for our people. God bless you all.
Biafrans were slaughtered and starved to death from the British government, because that's who did it. The British government starved over 3 million children between 1967 and 1970. And you sit behind them doors and you know what's going on. Exactly the same is going on now to innocent people, but you cover it all up because you don't want the normal average person to know what's going on. Children are being murdered, mothers are being raped every single day in southeast Nigeria, and you keep quiet. Catriona Lang, the High Commissioner in Abuja, doesn't give a damn. She continues to have meetings with the Fulani regime that is killing its people. You don't give a damn. You don't give a damn about innocent people killed every single day. And yet one person who tries to free his people is held in detention illegally. He's a British citizen. A British citizen. Why do we not hear about that? I thought we cared about British people. You don't give a damn. You don't give a damn because money is everything. Money and power is everything. People talk about third world governments being corrupt. This government is the most corrupt government on earth. Yes. The most corrupt government on earth. Yes. And everybody across the world there waiting to see 10 Downing Street. Why do you want to see 10 Downing Street? Why do you want to see 10 Downing Street? That holds the most corrupt people on earth. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That should be one of your main priorities. Free your citizens. But you are doing nothing at all. And we have had enough of this. All hail Biafra.
Now that they are denying the fact that Nnamdi Kanu was arrested in their place and also handed over to the Nigerian government. But I can assure you that by the time we finish with them at the international court, they will not remain the same. What's important at this stage, and I've already made known to the world, is that he was arrested at the airport on the 19th day of June 2021. And he was taken to an unknown residence. That is a fact. He wasn't taken to a custody, and they recognized the official custody of the police over there. He was taken to an unknown residence where he was subjected to inhuman treatment. Nnamdi Kanu was tortured, maltreated, and beaten, mercilessly beaten. So these are facts within our knowledge, confirmed by him to us. So after spending 8 days in their custody, illegal custody, they now beckoned on the Nigerian counterpart to come for him. And by the time they came, Nnamdi Kanu was apparently unconscious at the point they came to pick him. He was unconscious, he was lifeless by the time they were about to take him to Nigeria. So, and consequently they brought him here. So now, to tell you the level of their conspiracy and the desperation to get him jailed at all costs by enemies. They brought him here on a Sunday, and the federal government is fully aware that I'm the lead counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, and there's a charge against him before the court, which has been subsisting has been going on, because after invasion of his premises on the 14th of September 2017 by the Nigerian military and soldiers, who killed over 28 persons in his house, and by act of providence he was narrowly escaped. We filed an application before the court for an inquest into what transpired in his house on the 17th of September 2017, for court to inquire as to what happened in his house, what led to disappearance. And we are still in this process, because that is fundamental. This is a person that has expressed to the world that he's ready to come for his trial on October 14th, 2017. He wasn't planning to leave the country. He wasn't planning to run away from the trial. He was ready to come for the trial on October 14th. Matter was stated for commencement of trial. Then on September 17th, his house was invaded. So to tell you that the government was not ready at the time to prosecute him because they have no evidence to establish even the charge preferred against him to even date. So they went after his life. Now it's compelling on the part of the court to inquire what happened to this person I granted bail. What led to his disappearance? Then surprisingly on the 28th of March 2019 when the matter came up for shorties to show cause why they will not be committed for consent, why they were unable to produce Nnamdi Kanu. That was the proceedings of that day. The court gave an order invoking his bail. Then we said no, because the court should be bound by his records. We said no, and we filed application to get that vacated. Since 2019 to date, the matter had severally come up before the court, the same court, and the court was not inclined to hear this application to vacate the order. And the worst thing is that the federal government has not filed any response to this application before the court. They not filed a response in counter to application to get that vacated. They were not interested. What they are interested is to how to get in Nnamdi Kanu